for pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First of all, let's silence our cell phones, please. Pat, when you're ready, you can do a roll call.
Okay, I am ready, I think. Mr. Heaton.
Here.
Mrs. Helbig.
Here.
Mr. Bob Tate.
Here.
Mr. Seibert.
Here.
Mr. Jake Tate.
Here.
Mayor Cogley. Here. Mr. Little.
Here.
Our solicitor cannot make the meeting this evening, and Jason has been excused because he is ill.
Oh, does everybody have a chance to see last month's minutes? Okay. We don't need to approve them anymore, right?
We do need to approve them,
Do
don't
we
we?
need to approve them? All right, let's approve them.
I'll make a motion for acceptance.
I'll second that.
View of tonight's agenda. Do we have any changes?
I didn't look at it.
Take a quick look, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking too.
I'll fix it. Just make that.
I'm good.
Has to take
Oh.
everybody.
Minutes are good, I'm done with the minutes. Good.
You get one. Bill gets one. I need one more.
You need one more?
Okay. Bill, or Lou. If you need mine, you got mine. You got an extra one? Good.
I do.
If you need mine, you can have mine.
Okay.
No idea what we're looking at.
I'm sure somebody else will ask us. Nothing else, or is it later?
They won't.
Anybody?
We're good on, I'm good on the minutes though.
Anybody else?
Did everybody read their minutes?
We're good, we're good.
All right, let's make, I need a motion to approve the
And
agenda.
we already, I
We
think
did that.
Bill did
That
that.
was just a minute.
That was the-
Bill and Janet already did that.
Oh,
Oh, what are we doing now? Oh, the agenda, okay.
Do we have to?
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we need a
well,
motion.
it's
to
a change.
approve the
so,
agenda.
yeah.
Okay, so just, I mean,
The agenda's okay?
I'll second it.
Then we don't need to do
We
anything.
need officer report.
Change it.
Okay. Officers' reports. We have an incident log from the Beaver Falls Police Department. And in the month of July, they had 21 counts, and they have all been closed or cleared. So,
Good job.
good job, chief.
the financial report, we spent $42,938.84 from the general fund. The water and sewer fund, $24,354.72 for a grand total of $67,293.56. We had deposits and interest in the amount of $12,298.07. The balance as of 7/31 in the general fund, $535,774.25. On the last page, you will see our other bank accounts. Liquid Fuels has a balance of $131,596.51. Our Pliget investment account, 388467. The Capital Purchase Fund, 173959. The Water and Sewer Fund, 161 82830, and the Emergency Management Fund, 12,168.96, and that is the extent of the officers' reports.
Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.
Need to approve that.
Make the motion.
I second it.
All in favor? Okay. Correspondence.
We have a lot of correspondence.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, we have a request from Senator Vogel and Camara Bartolotta to support Senate Bill 525, Right to Know Law Vexatious Requesters. The letter regarding the Senate bill needs to have a motion and be signed. This is a copy of the letter. Please allow this letter to express our full and emphatic support of Senate Bill 525, sponsored by Senator Chris Douche, Republican, Cameron County. As you may know, Senate Bill 525 would create a new process by which agencies may petition the Office of Open Records for relief from a vexatious requester. There can be no doubt that the right to know law serves the noble and important function of within our system of government. However, there is also no doubt that as currently enacted, the right to know law is routinely being abused to the detriment of municipal workers and at the cost of the taxpayers. It is important to note that Senate Bill 525 would not affect any legitimate records request. Rather, the proposed legislation merely creates a process by which a government agency can seek relief from harassing and vexatious requester. And that is a copy of the letter, and it is requested to be signed. So
Does anybody know what all that means?
it just means if somebody continuously requests information that is considered harassment and takes a whole lot of time, you know, that's not necessary, it would have to be claimed as harassment before we can even do anything. But they're just asking the municipalities to
Help get the bill
help
passed.
get the bill passed, that's all.
What do you think?
Is there any funding in that, Pat? Are they, not much funding, but I guess, is there anything in there to state about being able to bill for services?
It does not say that, but I understand that we can bill for services. And I would like to look into that, you know, because I do get a lot of right-to-know requests. And, I mean, it
Which is
takes
fine.
time, it
I
takes
think we
time.
should support it.
We should do it.
Do we need to vote on that?
Who needs to sign it?
Is there a deadline on this vote?
There is not.
There was not, okay.
There was not a deadline on the vote. So if you want to think about it,
Yeah, I don't think we would be able to vote on it tonight anyways, right? Or could we?
I put it in the
Oh, okay. You
agenda,
have it in
if, you
there,
know,
okay.
to request a motion and vote on it, so.
Well, Can I interject?
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Two things here. It wasn't stated in the agenda that this would be a vote by council. You just mentioned that there was a request to vote. So there's no affirmative statement that there will be a vote on this position. The
Well,
second thing
excuse
is,
me, I
the-
meant that to be a request to vote
it
on,
wasn't stated
meaning,
as such. I'm sorry,
okay,
Pat.
then I'm
And
sorry
the second
that
thing
my
is, when
wording was wrong.
citizens have a right to comment on business
Okay.
before it takes place, before
All
a vote
right.
is taken.
Okay, very good.
Push it to next month.
We will
Yeah,
push it to next month, and I can pass a copy of this letter around. Somebody can make copies of it if the citizens want to look at it, but you've heard the request, so
Okay,
we will
next month.
we will do
I
that
hope
next
we're
month.
not too late.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, and Joe talked about this before. This is, on behalf of the City of Beaver Falls, we are transmitting an electronic copy of the City of Beaver Falls Act 537 Plan Update asset transfer for adoption by your municipality. This has already been answered to by our borough. There were no comments received from the communities, any of the communities, and the plan needs to be adopted. Joe has given full okay. This has been discussed at prior meetings, and this is to accept the
sale of the,
there's a resolution of Act 537 plan update.
that's
So,
what you sent me, that email with 140 pages or something like that.
yeah, probably.
I only made it through like 130.
Yeah, it was a very long,
I believe that, I'll tell you another one.
But this has been going on for a year now or so.
Right.
It's already been approved by the PUC, and they're just asking us to sign off on it.
Is it the Aqua deal?
This is the Aqua deal.
So you need our signatures on that then?
So Joe said he's agreed with it, he's
Yes,
happy with everything?
yes. Okay. What we do need to do is accept the resolution number 2024. It is the resolution of Act 537 plan update. And it has to be signed by Council President.
Yeah, I,
So do we need a motion to accept
Yes,
that?
we need a
I'll make the
motion.
motion.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
I think it's everybody.
Anybody opposed?
No.
No, nobody said aye. All right, what else you got?
Bill and the mayor met with a gentleman regarding overweight truck traffic on municipal roads. And they now would like, here's the letter that they are asking us to consider and vote on. I am asking for your opposition to legislation that would allow even heavier and longer commercial semi-trucks on our roads. West Mayfield's borough mission is to sustain and develop the character of our community, ensuring the highest quality of life for our residents. In addition, one of our values is to strive to invest in our facilities and infrastructure. However, this is difficult to do when proposed legislation would impact the quality of life to our residents and destroy the very infrastructure we continue to invest in within our community. 37th Street is our busiest thoroughfare where we see the most semi-truck traffic. It continues to be evident that we are being impacted negatively when it comes to the maintenance of pavement, bridges, and other necessary infrastructure, especially when you analyze the impact that semi-trucks have on our community. Bigger trucks will do more damage to our local infrastructure, which will cost the borough funds that could be used for other goals. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I hope you will oppose bigger trucks. And this is requested by Congressman Chris DeLuzio. And I think there's another one too.
He's the one proposing bigger trucks.
No, this is all against it, and this is to go
Allowing
out,
heavier trucks on the road.
this is to go out to Chris DeLuzio, John Fetterman, there's one more, and Bob Casey. These are the congressmen who are attempting to pass this law that will not allow bigger and heavier trucks on our thoroughfares.
So, what I can say about that is the mayor dropped the pamphlets off to me, and I did read them. What they're looking for is to go from 80,000 pounds to 90,000 pounds.
Right.
They have not upped the weight
Okay.
No. What I'm saying is they have, it has been 80,000 pounds. From the research that I found online, that started in like the 70s. It's been at 80,000 pounds. That's when they started the 80,000 pound law. The only thing that I can say personally as a truck driver, they're only changing a couple things. It's not our borough that's being affected. There wasn't a single street named in our borough that is being affected. I think in Beaver County, there were only 2. One of them was Big Swickley Creek Road, which no big truck is ever gonna take. For one, like, it's not gonna happen. I don't know if you've ever been down that road, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
The other one in the county that they proposed to change was 2 Mile Road in Brighton Township.
Oh my gosh.
I don't foresee that ever happening.
Yeah, I
Well-
don't see that ever happening.
No.
So,
So
the
why are
2
they
roads
doing
in the
this?
county that they're trying to get us to oppose right now are those. Now, there are other roads, such as major highways or state-owned roads. So any truck that can legally drive at 80,000 pounds on whatever state-run road is fine. What they're trying to do is, their trucks have gotten bigger and heavier. Since the 70s, I don't know if you guys, many of you guys remember, trucks in the 70s were not built like the trucks they are today. They were on smaller wheels, smaller tires, no air brakes. Most of them had everything mechanical, no air suspension. Those trucks were hard on the road. Today's trucks got bigger tires, suspension, bigger everything. And they're just trying to bring that value up with the times. Doesn't matter how you guys decide, that's fine. I just want you guys to know why they're trying to do that. I don't know how many people in here order stuff by the internet. Everything, as you know it, comes by truck. And the trucking industry is dying for drivers. So if they can throw an extra 10,000 pounds on there, that just means stuff's gonna move a little bit faster. If it doesn't, hey, it is what it is.
Does that mean we're gonna get more truck traffic on 37th Street?
No,
Probably
Okay.
not.
If they're not gonna
Talking
change
to
the
him-
weight limits on the roads, right?
Well, but it's a state-run road, so the state can do that. So if you allow that on it, then that can't happen. And I agree with what Jake is saying. It doesn't impact us very much, but in the event that they start making changes, it's just like West Fourth Avenue and what's one going into PTC West Third.
what's that?
We made those heavier streets thicker when we paved them to support the extra weight. Now, if I could put extra weight on them again, those extra streets are gonna receive, because those are the places that are gonna get your heavier trucks. 37th Street is very bottom, plus going in there. Those are the people that are gonna get the extra 10,000 pounds. So then you have to worry about will your streets hold up with the extra weight.
Right.
That's the only issue. It's not so much the weight to me. It's
Yeah.
will our roads and our infrastructure that's underneath it be able to maintain?
As of right now, anything that weighs over 80,000 pounds is required to have a permit. So if they do go to the 90,000 pounds,
That one
anything
makes
over 90 will require a permit. There are permitted loads that go into PTC almost daily that weigh 100,000,
I don't know
120,000.
that.
So whether you agree with 90,000 pounds or you don't, I drove heavy. Everything I did was heavy haul. I ran anything from 100,000 pounds to 180,000 pounds legally.
My only concern is that 37th Street being a state road, if they open that up
Yeah.
somewhere along the line, I don't want big
That could be
heavy
problems.
trucks.
The state dictates where you go. When I apply for a permit, they give me my directions. It's on a piece of paper like the directions used to be. You drive down 3.9 miles on Route 79, 14 miles on 76, turn left onto whatever, Route 18, take the exit, and you know what I mean? They dictate where you go. We have no say-so in that, none. So, I don't know, before you go on and sign off on that, you might want to do a little bit of research
The
to
other
find
issue
out
is-
why they're doing
Just
that.
like when they built this plan out here in Chippewa for that housing.
Mhm.
We had weight limits on our roads, but the state overwrote that and said them heavy trucks were allowed to run on our roads.
They
Yep.
brought up all them.
And as
cement
a
trucks.
result, we had some damage from it.
Right.
Not a lot, but we did have some. But I really think it's in the future, looking ahead to say, I really wouldn't want it.
Yeah.
It really doesn't impact us that much, because like you said, no matter what you do, and
Yeah.
you can get permitted loads, but if you take that off, now you start to get, anybody can do it.
Yep.
And I don't know what part of Wallace Run I can't believe they didn't do that because it comes right off the highway.
If you go stand out on the turnpike and you see all the trucks that are going down the road, those trucks are fully loaded, trying to get as much stuff as they possibly can to the next location because people need it. That's what it comes down to. And 10,000 pounds, I really don't think 10,000 pounds at the end of the day is gonna make that big of a
So it's
difference.
a 10,000 pounds of load. It's not. It's going from 80 to 90.
Yeah.
Totally, not just the average weight.
Do you know anything about that? What's Beaver Falls doing about it?
They haven't discussed that no more. Nothing brought up in the meeting again.
Okay, so what do we do? Are we supposed to vote on this? No,
We
okay.
can decide whether or
We
not we
can
want to
decide
support
whether
it.
or not we want
We
to
want to send a
support
letter in
it.
to say we support it or we don't support it.
Okay.
I would like to support it.
Any more? Correspondence?
This just came in yesterday. I passed out.
It's
Michael
okay.
Baker?
It's okay, I don't need it.
The Michael Baker thing?
Yeah, the Michael Baker thing. They want,
There's a fly, sorry.
Make the woman have a heart attack at the council. Okay.
yeah, can I go home now, please?
Yes.
Okay, Beaver County Infrastructure Study and Work, this is requested by the Beaver County Planning Commission, and I passed out paperwork to everybody to look at. There's a lot involved. In recent years, Beaver County has taken steps to create a comprehensive inventory of water, sanitary, and sewer data throughout our country. As a focal point in growth and development in the county, it becomes increasingly important to have up-to-date infrastructure data to guide land development, property acquisition, and future investments of Beaver County. So this is something, they're requesting that we become partakers in a data sharing agreement. Michael Baker International is the project consultant. And I mean, it looks like there's a lot of money involved. They have it crossed out, so, but there is a person that is willing to answer all of our questions, and I included his name on the paperwork that I gave you. It's Scott Treaster. So if everyone could just look at this handout, come back next week or next month with what they think about this after they've talked with Scott to see exactly what is required of the borough. So that's it. That is the end, and I'm sorry there was so much.
Oh, you're
No,
okay.
that's fine.
Correspondence is correspondence.
Correspondence, citizens' comments. I guess we're ready to go.
Hit the road.
Go to citizens.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to go to citizens.
Okay, Debbie Costa.
I'll make the motion.
Kevin should
We
go
don't need a
first.
motion anymore.
Oh, that's right, Kevin goes first.
Oh,
Kevin, do you have a report,
I'm
please?
actually on after citizens on the agenda, but yeah.
Oh,
If you
I'm
want me to go
sorry.
now, I will.
Yeah,
Okay, the Fire Service Review Committee is on track and on time. We have finished all of our research and fact-finding, and at our last meeting, we unanimously approved 36 recommendations, which you all will be getting in our final report at the next meeting for sure, if not sooner. The citizens will receive a copy of that report online at the same time that you all do. And then we would be adjourned, I guess, actually, the committee would be, but it would be up to council to then figure out what the next steps would be. So our recommendations would be everything that we have sort of observed and witnessed and discovered through our many months since February, looking into many aspects of fire protection and fire prevention in the borough here. So It's robust. So what the committee also agreed to do is to provide you all with an executive summary of the report. It'll be several pages, hard copy, just the essential information. However, the full report with a lot of data, a lot of stuff in the appendix will be available online. Right now it's about 180 pages. It's very robust. So that's where we are with that. Pat, I want to thank you for all of your right to know requests. You've been very diligent with that, and we appreciate that very much.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure to do that. I enjoyed doing research on stuff, so thank you. That gives me something to do.
Oh, you got something to do. You're gonna be our new historian.
Oh, no. No, after the 31st of December, I'm done.
Speaking of that,
Disconnecting the phones.
Jenna couldn't get off from her other job tonight because there wasn't enough time for her to get someone to cover her shift.
We were supposed to be here last week.
I know that.
Yeah, and she tried to get it
You
off.
can get by without me.
Yeah, she tried to get it off, but nobody would cover her
Such a
shift,
funny
so.
joke.
Okay, I think we can go to citizens.
Okay,
Okay, we're gonna go to citizens. Oh, did you make a motion to do
We don't
it?
need
you
to.
don't need a motion anymore.
Debbie Kostelich. Say your name.
I'm Debbie Kostelich. I've lived in this municipality for over 23 years. I live on Rock Avenue at 1015. And right now we have a severe problem where my property adjacent to this property over here is being flooded.
Never had a water problem before.
And we never had a water problem before until Mr. Tate purchased that property up at 1019, did a severe strip of the land. And now there is nothing holding back that water from all the trees, all the shrubs, all the grass that was tore off of that property. I have a garage that sits at the bottom part of my property. And my property is perfectly level. And the other day, when it rained, I believe it was last Friday, my garage got flooded. I have classic cars in my garage. All right? I don't think anybody really gives a shit in this municipality. I've called various people. I called the DEP and they came out yesterday
They were out
and
yesterday.
agreed that there's a significant problem. And I got pictures to show the impact and the severity of a creek running into my yard through this person's yard.
Never had a water drainage problem before.
Never.
It is against the law to drain your water
Okay,
into
you will have
another
to-
person's.
excuse me.
Here, we
You
can
will
pass
have
these
to
around and you
Yeah.
can see.
Be addressed with your
okay.
name if you wish to
Oh,
speak.
my name is Cindy Sturjack. I live at 1017 Rock
Okay,
Avenue.
but you will have to take your turn instead of,
Okay.
okay, please.
You know, my husband cut the grass for our yard, her yard, and we also cut the frontage of the yard that Mr. Tate purchased. And there was never, ever any water problems, ever. Never had any flooding. We even went through Hurricane Katrina when everything got flooded. We never had any water on our properties until this happened. And another thing I wanted to address was, you know, I understand you're not allowed to burn brush and stuff like that in a municipality. Well, they were burning all their trees and brush for almost 2 weeks behind that house. And I couldn't even go out my door because I had asthma so bad I couldn't breathe. But nothing was done about it. But then he can go across the street and tell a guy that he can't have a fire pit. I mean, this is completely and utterly insane.
Who said about a fire pit?
That's illegal.
First of all, it's not my house, it's my son's house.
That's illegal.
That's capped
Not
off.
this son.
This was,
Yeah, that's cut out. You cut it off and you buried it. You didn't cap it off. Because there's
yes,
still
we did.
water coming out of it.
That is a French drain.
Well,
What
that
happened?
French drain should not be coming. That French drain should be going to a cistern in the back of your property.
Especially not allowed to point to another house.
It's capped
You
off.
can't, you know it's not. It's just cut off. Because
It's
it's still
capped off.
leaking.
We put it
We
capped.
still got water coming out of
That's
it.
because there's, what happened before was that basement was always flooded. The water comes off of Rock Avenue, goes through the
No, it
yard.
doesn't, no, it doesn't.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it doesn't, because we cut the grass all the way in front of that house, all the way up. And there was never, ever, ever any moisture over there.
So
So
anyways,
wherever you were getting that moisture from now, you had to have caused.
the water's coming off of the road and through the other neighbor's property up above Jeremy's. When we went in there, the place, I think everybody knows what the place looked like. Couldn't even see the house. So we went in, we cut out all the trees, all the shrubs, and now the water just goes crazy over there. Now the basement was always flooded in that house from the water coming from the upper neighbor and off the street. It comes off the street, down the driveway, down the steps, around the house. We put a French drain
You know what,
in.
we had cameras up there and there was nothing, I even have a video of it, there was no water coming down the driveway. We were standing up on the porch.
Where do you figure
and
the water's
watching.
coming from?
The water's coming down the hill behind the house across. And it's taken all that debris and all that water, which we never had before because everything was torn out.
Well,
This isn't fair to us. We even had a landscape engineer in there
It's on
and
Rock
told,
Avenue.
and they even said to Jeremy, we're gonna tell you how you fix this. And he goes, I don't wanna hear it.
householders.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
I'm sorry, but you don't do stuff like that. If we're willing to work with you and tell you what the problem is, and you don't want to hear it, well, shame on you.
I don't remember saying I don't want to hear it.
No, it was your son that said it.
Okay, well, he's
Yeah,
not here
and
to
then
defend
and
himself.
there's another comment regarding the street. Okay, years ago, when I moved on to Rock Avenue, that road had curbs that went up like this after it was paved. Years and years of being scraped by the wind, the road trucks. It eroded away those little curbs. It eroded away like the property. Like in the wintertime, I'll get like this much of my yard thrown in. Well, that's understandable. But then when they go to pave the road again, you pave it completely flat. And then down by our driveway, when the road trucks came by again last winter, they scooped out a whole big chunk of pavement. There was a hole this big, and there still is a hole. And my husband has been putting gravel in there, and he filled it with concrete.
After a normal storm that we get, just a regular rainstorm, do you get flooding after a normal storm? Not like this 3-inch rain
Yeah,
thing that
ever
we had.
since this happened,
Yeah.
it's been coming down the hill.
Yeah, once it starts creating a trail, then it's gonna use that
It's just
trail.
gonna keep on coming.
The pipe that's.
So no grass in the yard, right?
I spoke-
You guys cap that?
The
Yes.
DEP lady
That French
sent us
drain pipe?
out an
Yes.
So it
email.
has holes in it?
Just so you
No.
know, I'm Jacob Tate.
No,
I am
that is
Jeremy's brother.
Okay.
That's a
They
solid
reached
pipe.
out to me via
Just run a
email.
French drain pipe,
And
just run French drain
gravel.
pipe.
I kind of excused myself from it because it is kind of a conflict
So
of
the water
interest. You
falls
can
to the
understand that.
Yeah.
Guess where to go.
I told her, she called me yesterday and she wanted to meet me over there. She called me when she got there and I was in Beaver.
Yeah, she met with us over there.
She said that she couldn't wait, whatever. That's okay. I told her, please, get us the information that we need, whatever you guys think, and we obviously he's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah, well, we
That-
gave you the information before we even called, and nobody wanted to listen. You know what I'm saying? Your brother didn't
Who's
want to
we?
your
When-
brother
Who is
did
we?
not
Who
want to
gave him the
listen.
information?
I didn't get
We
the
got it from a
information.
landscape engineer.
Who did you send it to?
We told him, he
You
called
told
him.
Jeremy.
He called him. He called Jeremy and told him what was going on and how to fix it. He goes, I'll tell you how
That's
to
not
fix
the
it.
borough, though. The borough had no idea. I didn't
Well,
know about this
He called
until
the owner of that
DEP.
property and
Yes.
told him, this is how you fix it.
Yes.
And he was just.
Well, to
blew
say
us
we
off.
don't care blatantly, the council blatantly does not
Yeah.
care,
We
that's
do care.
unfair. We
well,
do care.
Well, you know what? It's hurtful because this has been going on for a month, over a
Well,
month.
I can tell you, I'm in a very similar situation to you. I don't know if you're familiar with Colonial Oaks
Yeah.
Apartments. Colonial Oaks Apartments in the whole entire top of that area, all of White Township, they've got 2 pipes that are this big that just blast water out. You know where it
Right.
goes?
Yeah,
On me.
on you.
You know what DEP told me?
Hmm.
Can't do nothing about it.
Water flows downhill.
Water flows downhill, and I'm unfortunately at the bottom of
All
it.
right, well, we do
But-
have a,
but you know what?
we do have a DEP report complaint. I don't know who filed it, but anyhow, it was filed.
Yes,
We're going to have to do some answering and some descriptions.
I already talked to them about that.
Then I need to sit down and talk with you,
She
so
took
I need to
pictures
make a
yesterday.
reply to here, saying what's going on and what,
I
if
think
anything, we're going to do.
I verbally did that yesterday, or maybe when you were on vacation. She
Okay,
originally
like I
reached
said, I
out
just got
to me.
back
Yeah.
today, so
I mean,
But
I went down there
they
today
met
to
with
look at
them
it.
yesterday.
we're at the point now where our attorneys are telling us we're gonna sue Tate and we're gonna sue the borough.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to sue the borough at this point because the
but-
borough is
Yes,
it's
but
Because
private
nobody
property.
is enforcing. Nobody is enforcing anything. Why
got
was
this.
there a bonfire in the backyard burning shrubs when you're not supposed to? Because Mr. Tate's on council. There's all kinds of things that have been going on over there. You know, big heavy equipment in there, all kind of noise. But you know, it's okay because he's on council. If I did that, somebody would be calling me out.
I don't think so.
Take pictures of my yard.
I don't think it happened.
I stopped there twice. I'm fire chief. And
Did
I
you see
told
what
them-
was going on?
Yes, and I told them, well, they did put it out.
Well, you know what,
Yeah.
it was burning overnight, and she took a fire hose over there and put it out because she was afraid for it to burn.
Smoldering, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I know they were burning, like I said. we
But you don't do that, that's in your ordinance, it says that it's up to $1,000 fine or imprisonment,
Yes.
but people do that.
Well, I did tell him, he was on a roof and he did come down and got his equipment and he did put the fire out. And then we left.
Well, that's all I have to say, but you know what, this can't go on anymore. If it didn't happen before, why is it happening now?
Because all the brush and all that mess that you couldn't even see through before is gone.
Then why didn't you put something there?
He needs to
Why
get
didn't you
There's
back.
bales of
back.
straw there. The
You know
water
what?
is still gonna
You
keep
know what,
coming.
you took so many truckloads of topsoil away from that ground over there.
We didn't take any topsoil
You know
out.
what, my husband and I just cleared some of our own property adjacent to our house. Okay, we had a bulldozer come in, or a backhoe, and clear it all out. You know what we did? We went over to Ferguson and we got 2 huge dump trucks of topsoil, and we planted almost 200 pounds of seed after we took out trees, just so that water wouldn't go over to Janet's and wouldn't go down to the next person.
Grass is not gonna stop water.
Well, you know what, it did. We don't have no swampage over there.
The
So
problem
that
is
means,
that big
so
storm came through,
that
it
water
created a pathway.
is just, that,
You
you're
gotta
thinking
stop-
that
you gotta-
water is just
it's up-
from Jeremy's yard.
Yes, it is.
There's nothing coming from the neighbor's yard up above.
Nope.
No,
Okay.
it's coming from the whole hillside. It's not just out of his yard. It's coming through his yard as well. But like I said, once that big heavy rainstorm came down, it created a pathway.
Oh, I thought we were gonna lose the park.
And then once the pathway starts, then the rainfall
Then
is
why,
going to follow.
then answer me this,
So
why
we need
is
to go
it
back
when,
and have him reseed his lot.
last year and the year before that, when we had horrific rainstorms,
Yes, on
none
the
of
top.
this ever
Because you had
happened?
all that brush to stop it, to slow it
Well,
down.
then you should have never removed all that brush
Should
at
have
one
left it there,
time.
made it, kept it looking ugly, huh?
Well, no, there's ways to do it.
Okay.
Now, what were you
All right,
finishing?
I'm up.
Okay.
My name's Vicki Strojak. I live at 1017 Rock Avenue. I think this is fruitless. I think nothing's gonna be done. I've never had a water drainage problem, okay? There is a solution to this. It would cost money. It would cost Mr. Tate money, and that's not gonna happen, okay? I was told Jeremy's a know-it-all, doesn't wanna hear it, okay? So my thing is divest West Mayfield Borough and go incorporate to Beaver Falls or Chippewa. I'm gonna let the state know. I'll bring the state. I mean, by the time the litigation's over with, this will be years going, okay? So, and it is what it is now. I understand what's going on now.
The state's already involved.
I just had him
Yeah.
send,
With the DEP.
he just said, she has a water issue as well. And he sent me this
I
of
understand.
the
I
downspout
know.
that's blowing out of that
That's
yard.
my water in my property. I understand that.
Yes.
I'm not accusing you
We're
of
not talking about that water, we're talking about the water in the
Well,
back.
her water ended up in your yard too.
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay, so her water stayed in her yard.
You know what?
Jeremy's water went right past her
No,
water to
that
get into your
water came
yard.
down, you could see the trail of
And
the
there was
water.
none coming out of the neighbor's yard up above.
So, Where's your picture at? You can see the trail of the water. It's not coming from the side of the house.
It's everywhere.
It's not coming from the side of the house.
I just got this stuff today. You need to just got back in town this afternoon.
Look at that, it's not coming from the side of the house. It's coming straight down. And it's not just rock drizzling down, it's gushing.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, this is the back of the house.
You can't change the lay of the
They didn't have to
land,
cut down all that.
and he didn't.
Well, the only thing is they gotta fix it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, look at that.
That's the west.
Yeah, you wanna see it? This is what,
What goes down, Jeff?
Doesn't matter.
Where are you gonna put it?
If
You gonna send it back
You never
up?
had it before. Now they
You're gonna
do,
get,
so
you're
it
gonna
needs
get
fixed.
Colonial Oaks and White Township to
Needs
fix mine
fixed.
too, Jeff?
Yeah, get on them, Jeff.
So get
Fuck the
on.
townships.
Come on,
I've
that ain't
tried.
my property
I've
wrong.
done everything I
That's it.
could.
You talked to
Who's
DEP, I
next?
need to now talk with you for a
Yes.
little while, and I'm gonna contact DEP if they, ma'am, did you say the DEP come out?
Yes.
Yeah, they were here yesterday.
Ma'am,
Wait, please, Bill's trying to speak.
did you say the DEP came out and did a survey? Do you know who you talked to? Okay, I need to talk to you, and then I'll get a hold of, I have a name here that's the good stuff here, and I'll get a hold of them and find out what they came out and said, what they did, what they think needs to be done, and then we can get together and talk about it.
They're gonna be sending a study to you, me, or probably Pat. They've got all, you got the first email, correct?
All I got was the first email, and I got a copy of this complaint.
Yes. Yep, so if you got that, we'll get the other stuff too.
Well, I got that from her.
I sent it to him.
Okay, you sent it to me too.
Yes.
So then her correspondence will go to Pat.
Well,
She told me not to even bother her. She said it could take 5-8 days.
we're gonna
I
do
said,
more.
okay.
I know.
Other than that, that's
It's been
all I
about a week,
know.
right?
it's not coming from the
Yes.
side of Vicky's house.
Right when you called.
When I called you when I was out, yeah.
That was the first time I talked to them.
I will try to follow up with them next week, see what's going on, see if we can make heads or tails of this whole thing. I've also talked to our solicitor about this,
Okay.
because again, you know, don't know what part is borough's part versus which part is not.
Yep. And that's what she said that her study will show that.
Yeah.
I explained to her, I
That's what I wanna
said,
find out.
and I asked her, I said, if there's anything that we can do as the borough, you know, on behalf of how do we determine how much water is coming off of the street or things like that. She said, Jake, you'll never know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that, I understand that.
So I said, well, how can I determine whether or not it's a borough issue?
The
All I
only
can say
issue
is,
I saw
It's just hard.
in those pictures is that pipe coming out.
yes.
And
So that pipe's
direction
cut
out.
though. That was in there thinking that it was just gonna catch French drain water. But the
Understand.
French drain just got overloaded
Yeah.
with that rain that came down.
We have pictures.
So we
I don't
tapped
know,
it off.
is there somewhere else to pipe that back further?
It's gonna keep going downhill, which
But
is very
Bill,
hard.
I didn't know if they piped it back further and then down.
What you're saying is, when it rains next time, it's always gonna follow that path,
Once it's
because
created,
it's there.
that's what I said. And I talked to some guy, I was down there today, and I told him the same thing. I was
Must have
gonna
been her
talk to Jeremy
husband,
or
was your
whoever
husband out?
about doing some, no, it wasn't.
Oh.
Whoever lives right next door. But I think it's your husband or someone. Huh?
I wasn't home. He said somebody was there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was,
okay.
and I told him, I said, he needs to plant the grass up there, get some vegetation. It won't stop it, but
That's
it
what he's
will,
doing
it
now.
will slow it
It'll
down.
slow it down to the point
It'll
where it's not washing away all the time.
I don't know how much it'll slow it down, but it'll slow it down. Also, if they can extend, maybe like a little, I seen somebody put bales of straw or something.
Right.
Yeah, but it got up so high and just went around.
Yeah, if you can extend it back, the further back you can go with it, I don't know how far, to help direct it back.
It's just gonna go right over top.
I don't know if
It
it will or
just,
not.
well, it's not gonna do that in the
Straw's not
pouring
gonna
rain.
stop it.
Once the grass
Once the
grows,
straw gets wet, it's gonna go through.
I mean, we bought $300 worth of
Socks.
sediment sock.
Yeah.
We put it all around our property so
And
that it
maybe
doesn't
something that needs
get,
to
go
be
into the
done.
garage again.
And
it's gonna go right
and the
over.
French drain issue bothers me because even though he capped it off, the pipe is there and the gravel's there.
Yeah.
And that's a pathway now, it's coming out, that's why it's still coming out around that pipe.
Right, exactly.
So that was something that was
The
directed.
water's not going into the basement now.
But it's still, it's directed down that pipeline, it's down the gravel.
Right.
So that
Where else
may-
are you gonna take it?
I don't know.
So
Yeah,
anyways,
right
to
out
answer your
across
question,
Back to
the
property.
DEP, now that they are involved with
But you
this,
can't direct
we
it
have
like
no say-so what the DEP does or says, nothing. I have no idea what her notes are gonna be. I have no idea what she's gonna say to do. It is between the landowner and DEP. The borough, I mean,
So if the DEP tells, if the DEP tells them you have to do this, this, and this, and the landowner doesn't, then what?
He's gonna have.
then he has to
Then
do
he's
it.
gonna
He
get fined.
has to do it,
Yeah.
yes.
He'll either do it or get
And I
fined.
even
No
talked
fine,
about
yeah.
putting in a sediment, or like a pond, but as soon as that pond fills up, guess where it's gonna go?
You know what, my daughter had the same problem, and she ended up getting, she had to put a basin sunk into the ground because of all the,
Where did
the
it go from
rainwater.
there?
And then, okay, she had the French drains dug and on the inside of her house, okay? Then they did a basin all the way at the end of her property, okay? And the way it was done, where it fills up, but the way it goes, it
It's
disperses,
saturated, yes.
it disperses itself. But if it's done the right way, it will work.
So that's exactly what White Township and Colonial Oaks it should have done, but they told me they were grandfathered in and they don't have to do it. So that's where I ended up getting the short end of the
I
stick.
fought that for a while too.
Yeah, I mean, he was right there in it. It's just,
The amount of water that came down, you'd have to have a lake in that backyard to hold all that water.
I've got woods the whole way through. It crosses over almost 2 acres. And I lost my entire yard during that rain that you guys just had. I had probably 5 or 6 truckloads of dirt that ended up in my yard.
Well, we're not gonna do any more here.
Yeah, then let the DEP do
Yeah,
their
let
thing.
them-
We'll
We'll
go
get
from there.
together and talk and see what the DEP is doing and
Yep.
go from there.
Yep.
Move on.
And we'll keep you posted.
Okay, next is, the ice cream truck, the owner and
The driver.
the driver.
My
This is what I was gonna
Jennifer
talk about, but they came up for the
I am the
permit.
Icebox Ice Cream Truck. I have for 16 years now. This is our 17th summer. This is Carissa Ward, one of my very valued drivers. She grew up in the area, so she wanted to bring the joy and nostalgia of an ice cream truck back to the area. She took it upon herself to contact the police department and ask what is required for us to do this. She was referred to the mayor's office. She called a couple times there. We didn't get any response. Our business is a very limited time season. There's only a few months in there. Not getting any response, not knowing that we shouldn't, could, what was necessary. She came out, has met with an immense amount of joy from the kids, the adults. They remember everything. I brought my background check paperwork. I have everything in order. We just want to know what we need to do to continue to do the service.
Right, okay, this is where, I tried calling so many times, I never
What
got
number
it.
did you call? Because I did not receive a single call. My phone
Right.
number's on all 3 trucks.
Okay, I didn't get it off the truck, I got it off my message machine. I don't think I
Yeah,
have a transit.
yeah, caller ID, but that would be her personal number, and she left my direct business number.
So,
on the message.
whatever, but I did get a hold of the police, he gave me a new permit thing, we had to look into it. Tina found you on the road the other day, we chased you down, we found you, and you're here. So, we're gonna go now into what we found for the permitting.
Okay,
You are not going door to door, which is what we permit for.
right,
You drive on the road and park and kids come to you,
correct.
which is what? Or Amendment Article 2901. Is that the correct way to the,
The borough ordinance states that is for door-to-door solicitation, that's what they need permits for. We can't enforce that based on them driving down your public roadways and people approaching their vehicles.
So they're good?
So unless we have something in our ordinance stating specifically, they're permitted to do it.
Don't need a vendor's
You're
license.
So you don't need a vendor's license, so you're good.
so
You're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you for coming.
You're very welcome.
Thank
That being
you.
said, my ice cream truck is sitting outside if anybody wants to look at it. We're like a popsicle, but the stuff's melting.
How much ice cream you got?
Thank you.
How much ice cream you got?
Thank you.
Probably a lot. More than me.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Good girls.
Should give face, make it laugh.
Anybody else?
Yes. Kathy Brewer.
Okay. I got a phone call today from Linda Stanley. She's the secretary for the gentleman that owns the B&W property on West Fourth. He's going to contact Licia, and I think you guys should all talk about it. He wants to know what the community would want put on the property that he has down there.
Is that the parking lots?
What are we talking
I
about?
believe so, yes. Where we had him put up the, keep off, no trespassing,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
So what, they're willing to put something in?
He said he's interested in knowing what the borough would like on that property.
Yeah, no.
Dairy Queen?
Waffle
It's
House.
this turn.
So he's gonna call Licia. I gave them her number. Apparently he didn't call today. But I think you should talk about it, decide what you want to tell this man.
Something to bring the borough.
What are we referring to? I don't know what we're discussing.
Parking lot.
What parking lot?
B&W's parking lot is the flat
Those
ones in West Mayfield that they pay big
No
taxes
kidding.
on.
The ones down,
Probably on the
the ones on West Fourth on the hillside,
On the
the ones
hillside.
out front.
One's on West Fourth on the upside.
Well, also, but there's some on the other side of West Fourth too,
47th Street.
right inside.
Ask
people's
Kathy
city.
which
They're
ones
using
he
those
pays
parking
taxes
lots.
on.
Kathy, do
right,
you know
Kath?
which parking, did they say which?
What parking lots are we referring to?
When you're going down West Fourth and the old office building for B&W is there,
On the right.
on the right, I believe she's talking about those properties on the left. Where they chained off because people were dumping all those, sofas, TVs
Yeah.
and tires.
Is it just the lower parking lot or the upper one as well?
I don't know.
Why don't we wait to hear
When
from
he
them?
contacts her,
And what do they want to
she's
do
gonna
here?
have to ask.
What would you like to have in West Mayfield?
What are they looking to do?
Well, I haven't talked to him
I
yet.
would like a swimming pool.
Tell them we need a community.
Something that would bring money
no.
in,
That's what I said.
money into West Mayfield. They're paying taxes already. We're getting that money. What else can we use? I mean, this,
Well, I'm
look at
just
the
curious,
entertainment.
what are they looking to develop?
We don't know.
Well, why don't you,
Why don't you work on that and
Yeah,
work
we-
it
yeah,
out
why
there?
Until they
don't
can
you
come to us
find
with
out
something.
what they,
Okay.
Until they can come to something that they want to put there, I don't think we can make any decisions
Right.
about what
Okay,
to
but
do.
in the meantime,
I mean, we need to investigate it, I don't disagree with that, to see what's there, but we need
Think
to
about
find out what.
how about a used car lot?
No.
You're not gonna get, you don't get traffic back there, that's the problem.
yeah,
That's like the pizza place down there, they're not doing good because
Yeah.
they're
I thought they
off the
pulled it
beat.
up.
Somebody said they're
They're
just
doing,
doing
they're
something.
doing their shells. They're doing shells down there.
They're just doing work,
But
they're
that's-
not selling pizzas.
Right, they're just doing what they have to do to stock.
Yeah, I would say.
Daycare centers?
Just get with them and find out,
Okay.
what their further intentions are.
All right, well, you get
Come back and
ideas.
report.
Okay.
Did they clean it all? You know,
Did they what?
all that junk that was in there?
Yeah, they cleaned that up.
Did they
Yeah.
clean
Yeah.
it all?
Yeah, they chained it off.
Okay.
All right, so let's
Okay,
move
what's
on.
next? Who's next?
Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Yeah, Kathy.
Arlene Katarsia.
Arlene Katarsia, 686 Harbison Road. I wanted to say that early in the spring, a picture was taken of my corner, and they wanted it cut for the alley, which maybe 2 cars come up a day, but they needed it cut because you couldn't see on Harbison Road. So I did. I got it cut, and the guy couldn't come one day, and they were there immediately to see when he was gonna be there. So he cut it. Now, you try to get out from Short Street to 37th Street, you can't see. You try to get out from Knapp Street onto 37th Street, a much busier place. No pictures on whatever the hell that thing's called that goes around. And, why not? That's a busier street. Nobody looked at that. Just my stupid corner that nobody even comes down.
Oh, I hate going down your street.
But when you try to get out from Short Street, make your left, there's a hedges there, you gotta sneak out, look on 37th Street. Same thing with
All
NASA.
right, hold on, she's trying to get the information now. Which, coming off of what street?
You're on Short and you're
Gonna turn left on 37th Street.
You're facing the fire hall.
You're facing,
Yeah.
you can't see past.
That's
Bobby.
Oh, that's Bobby.
Huh?
And they stick out.
That's John. We made him cut his hedges down
No,
back by the alley.
This is
Bobby
on
Cox
Street.
had-
Casey fell down.
Oh.
He already cut him once. They already cut him.
We'll look into it, just give
Where
it, give
Mrs.
her.
Casey used to live.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Bobby
Was there another
Cox.
one you said about?
I complain about that
Pardon me?
myself.
Did you say there was another site, another?
Yeah.
agency?
Yeah, Nate Street where you live,
Yeah.
Bill.
No,
I'll
Short
tell
Street,
him.
no,
Yeah.
Nat Street, I'm sorry,
Okay,
Nat
I
Street,
thought
when you come out and you turn left, whoever lives in Lil's house now, you have to cut those shrubs down, you can't see. You can't
Okay,
see going
she'll
on
get,
the outside.
we'll make a
with the picket
visit.
fence.
You know where it is.
So now take a picture of that, take a picture of that and put it on wherever you
We'll
put
look.
it.
I'll talk to Bobby.
I've been there 50 years, nobody ever took a picture. I got a picture. Nice. So nice.
Thank you, we'll look into it.
But thank you for cutting your bush though too.
One other thing. I know you. You take all pictures, go all over.
She said that right
Okay.
Okay, who's next?
Okay.
Whatever.
Arlene, is that it?
No, one more thing, which was, what was it? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. In May, they said they were gonna pave Harbison Road. And I don't know, are they still gonna do that?
He'll be talking
I'll be
about
talking
maybe.
about that later.
Yeah.
on.
Oh, okay, I'll hang out, okay.
Okay, Nora Seuss.
Nora Seuss, 102 37th Street Extension. I suggest maybe a community building we could rent out on that property to make money for the borough.
There's a thought.
There's a thought, good.
That's a good thought.
Thank you, Nora.
Good night.
Thank you,
Who's
Nora.
next?
That's it.
Okay, let's go back to business.
Bill, you got anything?
Who?
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Monica.
Hi.
Hi, Monica, I didn't see you.
Chair back? You got
Okay, old business, Jake, streets, bridges, lighting, buildings, grounds, and equipment.
Hold on, let me get to it. Old business update, password completed. Okay, so, park has been, we focused on the park this last month, getting all of the, mulch and all that stuff handled. Unfortunately, we had a nasty rainstorm, so literally one day after we put in all that mulch, it kind of got wiped out. It's been fluffed up to standards, I guess, right? It's
Yeah, the
okay.
kids don't complain.
Yeah, kids don't care. It's the people that care.
Yeah.
Still working on Craig Street Alley. I don't know the best route to take for that. I'm open to suggestions. No matter what we do, it's gonna be expensive. And that's why I got in here on under gravel and stuff like that.
Did we ever slope it like you and I were talking about?
So in order to do that, we're gonna have to do some serious grinding, like serious grinding. And we're literally gonna get to the point, Brian seems to think that it's probably gonna be below where, we'll probably be in the dirt. If we start grinding that
I
road's
thought
dead.
you and I talked about grinding one side and building up the other.
Yes, we can. The problem with that is you're gonna grind the pavement away.
It's an alley anyhow.
There's pavement underneath of it.
It's probably just tar and chip.
I don't know. We can do that.
Years ago, whenever B&W was here and they had all the money, they tar and chipped the alleys.
No matter what we decide, well, I can't say no matter which way. If we decide to start putting gravel back there again, we get more of these rainstorms like we've been having, that no matter what money I put on that hill,
The
it's
rain
going
we had
away.
the other day, a couple of weeks ago,
It'll be gone.
It's gone.
nothing's gonna stay there short of cold patch or hot patch.
Yeah.
And it's nothing bad against our borough workers. They're doing everything they can, but gravel just
No, it's not.
does what gravel does.
It's not gonna stay on.
Well, and yeah, that's the problem. It's on the old blacktop and it just runs right off of it.
It's all piped though. Everything's done now, right?
Yeah, you got all the pipe all the way down, right? Starting up to that one.
Yeah, it is what it is at this
Oh,
point.
James,
And that's why I
so
think we need to go back and try to see what we can slope as much as we can.
Yeah.
You know, whatever we take a little bit of grindings off this side, flip them over to the other side, pack it down.
Okay, I'll meet up with
It's
you
worth-
at some
it's worth
point in
it- it's
time.
worth an effort
Me,
to
you,
try.
and Brian will have to go
Do
down
that
there
with
and
Jameson too.
try and get on the same game plan for
Jameson.
that. What else, Brian? Anything else important? We've done this last month.
Waterfall.
We can come up when we're gonna
Been keeping up with the grass and it looks great down at the park.
Yeah, grass is.
Gerald's been doing a fantastic job with that.
So that is for that. That's all.
So you and I are gonna get together on Craig one.
Yes. When you want to.
I'm open. I can do any
How's your
evening, but
Sunday?
I'm open on Sunday, what time?
What time's good for you?
Not during the vets party.
What?
Isn't the vets
It's only gonna
party?
take us.
I don't go to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
10 o'clock?
that's fine with me. I'll set a reminder. Hey Google, set a reminder for 10
Hey,
o'clock
you want
on
me to work on
Sunday.
Sunday?
Is that it, Jake?
Sunday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. Lou,
No, I-
fire department report.
I don't have.
Jake, before you go to Lou,
Do you have a fire department report?
Well, I handed in the fire calls. I just started driving this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, I can read his fire department. If you want me to, I'll be happy to do that.
Oh.
Just put my glasses on.
Jake. I ain't gonna wait, take me stuff for street.
Wait till it's your turn.
Okay,
Yeah, streets.
this is the West Mayfield Volunteer Fire Department fire call log. Fire call number 25, 7/5 MVA.
Motor vehicle.
Motor V, is that it? Okay, 3708 West Fifth Avenue. That was on July 5th. Number 26 on July 16th, 815 37th Street. Car smoking, high grass. Fire call number
That was your neighbor.
27. I know. It's not there anymore. 7:30 on the 30th Patterson Avenue, tree, wires down. And fire call number 28, August 10th. Sivan White Township Citizen Lockout.
What's that?
It was the lockout over there.
Okay,
People lock stuff on.
people locked themselves out,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you get them in, Lou?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one
I
with,
haven't been.
is that the one with the smell of gas?
You climbing
No,
in
that will come in next month.
Okay, so that was strange.
Yeah.
I didn't know you
make
just
none of
did
the
that.
calls. What's
I
that?
didn't know you just did that. What'd you have to do? Put the ladder up, go through the window,
No, there's different tools you can use.
We
to get
have
through different-
tools,
Different situations.
bash the door in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we find an open window
We
or
do
something.
Santa Claus down the
we'll
chimney.
go up.
Okay. All right, thanks, Lou and Pat.
Thanks.
Sewers and sanitation bill.
All right, well, before I do sewers and sanitation.
No, you're on that. It's on streets. It's under your name on streets.
I have streets down here on my list.
Oh.
That's what I said, before I go to sewers and sanitation, I wanna do streets.
Okay, the
That we talked
streets then, Bill.
Because that is the paving project. Okay, I met with Whitmer Engineering around the paving project. We discussed how to move forward. We have to go back to the original bids as supplied by Youngblood Paving. And we need to approve the bid. I think it was we have to approve the base bid plus option number 3, which I think is like 150 some or something like that.
Here,
Okay. And what'll happen is, once we approve that, Whitmer's already contacted Youngblood and notified them that we're gonna be making changes to that project bid, once we approve it. And they're okay with it. So what we'll end up doing, we'll end up backing back out some of the stuff that we had on the base bid. Because the base bid had a lot of streets on it we're not gonna do. So what we'll end up paving is gonna be West Fifth, parts of Harbison from like the bottom up around to Craig, Jameson, and West Second. And West Second is that's the one down at the
Bottom of the hill, bottom of
very
37.
bottom.
By Norris.
That one has to be, because it's never been really maintained, that has to be dug up, it has to be rebased, and it has to put a brand new coat on it. And then originally, why Whitmer did it, I don't know, they didn't tell me. They put tar and chip. I said, I didn't ask for tar and chip anywhere. Well, we were just trying to save you money. I said, well, I don't want tar and chip. I want to pave. So that when you take the tar and chip off, put the paving on, It's gonna cost us another $5,000, so it's gonna get paid. So that's the project plan right there to do that right now.
Now,
But we have to bid this full, we have to approve the full package plus option 3. So that's what we need to do. If the other stuff you wanna talk about, we can do that after if you want, because we need to approve this.
right, okay,
Yeah, we have no choice. We have to approve
let's
this.
get that done.
Yes.
Okay,
I need a motion
I'll
to
make a motion.
accept.
I'll second it.
We
All in
need,
favor?
no,
We need a roll call?
we
Want a roll
need
call?
a roll call
Okay.
vote, please. Mr. Heaton?
Yes.
Mrs. Halbig?
Yes.
Mr. Bob Tate?
Yep.
Mr. Seibert?
Yeah.
Mr. Jeff?
Jake, yep.
Jake, I'm sorry.
Jeff. Mr. Jeff,
Sorry.
Yes.
And Lou. Okay, thank you very much.
thank you.
Once we get this going, me and Bill met with Mike Saravala that's putting the building in down there, the sports thing. And he is going to help us with that street. He's gonna talk with AJ too, and hopefully AJ can pitch in. And maybe AJ can even do some of the work there, like, we can talk to him about maybe excavating or something to help out with this. No? They won't let
Young
us?
Blood's gonna get paid for that.
Water.
He could help out
Water.
Mike and his lot,
water.
maybe.
So-
That's something Mike will have to work out.
All right, well anyways, they're gonna help us with that. He guaranteed that they were gonna come up with something to help us,
Yes.
so that's good. All right, what else you got?
Stairs and sanitation.
You want some more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I did notice that I think the trees on Lennox got trimmed, right?
Lennox, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
We already talked about the meeting with the heavy trucks. Okay, I'm gonna go to storage and sanitation now. MS4, I thought I was done, no such luck. We had an inspection, an inspector from the DEP came out here around MS4 and inspected the garages, and they do that from time to time. It's supposed to be a yearly thing, they never do it yearly. I think this was our second time in 5 or 6
I was
years.
gonna say 5 or 6.
And he did the inspection, and we also went down to the creek to see where they did the work on the stream. But the inspection, up here, the inspection had the following results. We were tagged for 2 violations. He said our permit ran out and hadn't been renewed with the state. And I questioned him on that. And I told him, I said, I think the permit is valid, I think it was extended. So he said he would check, and I said, I will check as well. And I found out it was extended, so we weren't really in violation. The second violation is we had not filled out our yearly status report, which is something I was doing, I hadn't done it this year. But it has been completed as of a couple weeks ago.
Good.
So that's done. I turned it in. I have a copy if you'd like to have that. And I told him that I would do that, and I sent him to it, and he said, okay. He made several recommendations. One, we need to have spill kits set up in each garage in the event of spills or leaky equipment. So both garages need to have some type of a spill kit set up, which probably would be, it's not a bad idea, but we need to do it.
Is that just having some oil dry?
It has to be an actual kit.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
you don't
did
have to
have
buy a kit, but you can make up a kit, but you need to have a station there. You know what I mean?
But we did have that set up.
We had the oil dry out there, and I showed him the oil dry and that stuff, and he said, but you might want to put a regular kit type thing, which we can do some research.
Did he give you any stipulations on what has to be in that
No.
kit?
And that's what I want to follow up with him on there.
We got socks.
The other recommendation he made, what's that, Joe?
We got socks, dude, remember?
I don't remember getting any socks.
Yes, we got.
Yeah, they're in that kit we put in the trucks. They had a little,
How big?
a little
How
bit of
big?
socks and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to,
We had some, I know we were
then
going to
we
buy
had
some
that,
pads.
we had the pads too.
Yes, we had the pads.
Floor drives, yeah, that was in the trucks.
All right, the floor drain out here in this garage. He recommends that we put a big mat over top of that one where to keep any leaks and stuff from going into the drain. Which would be a good idea. And he also would like to know where that drains out at. I'm not exactly sure if we ever found it.
Over here.
It goes, yeah, it's
Yeah.
in the back over here.
Everybody goes back. Where's it coming out?
Right back over here.
So it comes out down over the hill down, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have much faith in it.
He also recommended putting a spill kit outside the fuel tank area,
Started at
where we fill up at, in the event of a spill outside.
He did that too.
There's nothing out there.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
okay, what there was.
incorporate the Beaver Falls.
The nice thing is these spill kits are actually pretty cheap.
Yeah, they're not there.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
There's a 3 on here for $80. 3 kits.
All right, then we went down to the creek down there to do the inspection of the creek. And walked
Is that
down.
before or after the storm?
That was before the storm.
That's good.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
He went down and he walked through it, him and I walked through it and looked at it, and he said, yeah, this is really good. He said, I can't believe a small borough did this. He said, this is really good.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's
he
something.
was thrilled with it. Since the inspection, like I said, I contacted Whitmore, we're good there. I did send in the year report, so that all the violations have been cleared up. Under sewers and sanitation, when we had that big heavy rain, well, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I can't remember now. I got called out to a couple of basements that were flooded, but the one issue we had was down on Craig Alley. It runs behind the foundry,
Yes.
and the manhole is on, I guess, Walnut Street in the middle. That goes 500 feet up to a house, and that's the last house on there. Well, his basement flooded. It flooded, but it wouldn't drain. His drains were plugged. So I had to get some pipe out, and we snaked it all out, and it started to drain, but it was draining slow. So I told him, I said, you need to have your drains. He couldn't get Ray or anybody to come out that day. He said he knew somebody had one, and he said he would do that. He said, how do you know you're all wet? So we took the hose out, we worked the hose in the drain, poured it out, and we laid it out on the ground right up to his house, so we know we were all the way. So it's been snaked out and put out. We got several different root balls, and that's the problem we have up there. Maybe every other year, we get root balls out there, and he has a plug up that backs up. I would like permission from the borough to get a camera crew in, to run a camera up there to see if there's just one section, because there's a couple of places where I think we've got a couple of tree issues, that maybe if we can go up there with a camera and pinpoint a section, we can just dig down and PVC it. But I don't think it's that deep, I think it's only like 5 feet.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be so bad then.
You know, that if we can stop that area there, then we may, because there's no way to line that pipe because there's no manhole here.
It's been an issue for quite a few years now. It needs to be done.
Yes, I agree, but I can't tell what has to be done until I do a camera.
Yeah.
There may be broken pipe, I don't know what we're gonna find, but I think we need to do something, because if not, we're gonna be doing this steadily, and the guy's gonna have water in his basement, or sanitary in his basement.
Do we
anytime.
have a mo-
That's
do we make
usually
a
what
motion
happens,
to
he
do
ends up
that?
with sanitary. But he did snake out his drain, he said he did pull out a few small roots and stuff in his pipe, which I don't know where they came from, they came from our pipe and grew up in, it may not.
Do you have to vote on the camera?
But yes, I'd like to get a motion to allow us to do that camera work.
I make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Get her done.
Get it done. I guess that's it for now.
Cool.
Okay. Finance and litigation, did Jason have anything?
No.
I have something.
He gave it to Pat.
There's 2 courses that I would like to get permission to have Jenna take, offered by Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs. One's in October, and it is about budgeting, and it's $150 for members. It's 5 days, couple hours, virtual training. And the other one is everything municipal secretary needs to know. And
Well, that's a damn good idea.
that's in December, and that's $100, so it's $250.
Where's this at, Penn State?
No, it's virtual, it's
Oh,
on the,
nice.
you know, it's on the computer, so she can do it at home, and, you know, she doesn't have to worry about paying a babysitter or whatever.
Yeah, we need her to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I would
Great.
like
I'll make a
permission.
motion that we.
I second it.
Yep.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Yep, we gotta get Jenna, she is doing so good, I have to really,
Fantastic.
it's a
Great.
good idea. She's a quick learner, and she pays attention to detail, so that's what we need.
Hopefully we won't kill her.
Is that it? Is that all you have?
That's all I have for
Okay,
Jason.
ordinance, Jeff.
Oh, that lady, Whipple Court got her grass cut, so leave her alone. John's
No,
been-
Would you like to,
God's
would you
been
like to
cutting.
comment on that?
What, say that
As
again
long as she
one more
keeps it
time?
cut.
Pat's neighbor.
The lady next to Whipple Court.
Whipple Court, she got
Would
her
you like
grass
to tell
cut.
them why that it's cut?
Well, you know, a neighbor took in nice and hurt after she had a fire.
Well, we've been getting on her
But,
a
yeah.
lot. Tina
I know
went
who's, I
down
know
and she
who's
filed.
cutting, I know who's cutting it.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter, as long as she's got it
Yeah,
cut, she
that's-
keeps it cut.
Yeah,
But we actually had to go to the magistrate.
well, it's
We
cut
sent-
now,
We
so.
sent her the,
It's cut, there is trash, you know, there's garbage that's not
so
allowed
that's the
to
next
have.
thing.
That back
We're trying to get her to get the
road,
garbage
But
out of
she's
there.
starting, so.
I mean, the nice thing is that we still have the garbage that it'll take all, so start setting stuff out, get it gone, and so that way animals aren't congregating or anything else that might be happening in that so-called greenhouse effect that she got like
Why not?
destroyed.
When I talked to her about it, it was, she couldn't do it because of their landmines that people from Whipple Court put in her yard.
Okay, all right.
So anyways,
Hey, you
that's,
guys are
that's
dealing
good.
with her though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're
Oh,
dealing
yeah,
with
they're doing that.
it. All right, is that it, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay, Janet, Parks and Recs.
Okay, the parking signs at the park. I need them to go past where the pickleball court is. And I need them to say no parking beyond this point, shelter rentals only.
So you don't want any parking for the pickleball court?
I told you to get the sign for the pickleball door,
Yes.
and if you wanna put parking, that's fine. We can put it the whole area there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
We
you
did
have
get signs.
parking for the
Yeah.
pickleball.
We got the signs are good,
We
right?
need to post something about pickleball,
Yeah,
The
because
rules
some,
that
and
it's
all that
available.
stuff. Yeah.
and to stay off it with motor vehicles.
And I don't know if you wanna put one of them on the door.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, court is available to play on, but you won't bring your own net.
Well, they'll figure that part out.
Yeah, that won't take long.
I mean, I don't know, are they,
That's,
could they really do, cause nobody's figured it out yet.
we've been playing down there a bunch.
Really?
That's what I was
We
gonna
brought our own
ask.
net.
It's really weird, cause citizens.
I just, last
I did
weekend, I
not
seen
know
people
it
down
was
there
open.
playing.
The problem is,
And I'm like,
if you
well-
put nets in, we were gonna donate a net.
Yeah, I know
or two.
that.
The problem is, as soon as you do that, then they get overwhelmed, they get overtaken by Geneva,
Not
Or
just
someone-
that, but you
someone else.
take a chance of somebody being not so,
destructive.
yeah.
Yeah,
So who's gonna
So-
wanna be responsible to go down?
No,
there?
they don't destroy anything at the
Oh,
park.
once you get
It
cameras
takes-
up.
It
then
takes less than
you'll know.
5 minutes to set up
I'm
a
never gonna get my
portable
camera.
net, so
Yeah,
that's
I
what
know
we
you
do.
do.
Alright, if nobody knows that's down there, just talk to Kevin and see if he could add it to our website available in our park.
That's fine.
And that way, at least that'll be some type of advertisement.
Yep.
Other than word of mouth. I'm sure once word of mouth starts,
Oh, yeah.
because pickleball seems to be a
It
fast
seems like it's
growing.
already starting. Like I said, last
Fast
weekend I
growing.
went down there, I drove past there twice at 2 different times of the day, and there were people down there.
Here's the only thing I probably should put on a sign, you play at your own risk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Not, oh yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
a sign should be posted, play at your own risk, because
Somebody falls,
anybody go
gets
in
hurt.
there and they trip and they slip and they turn their ankle.
Well,
and
that's some,
the concrete is not perfect, it's not,
Blacktop.
yeah, the blacktop, it's
There's
not
holes in
perfect.
it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
edges
it's
and
not
it's
bad.
little sloped
It's playable. It's not
for having-
competition.
It's not tournament, you know,
Yeah.
you can play and have
Got
fun,
problems with
but,
everything.
yeah, negative Nancy everywhere, but,
We have 6 rentals
Are they
For
still
this
playing
month.
basketball?
I would just say to
Good.
add that.
6 rounds.
What's that?
Are they still playing
And we
basketball?
have,
The basketball hoops are still up.
It's
Yeah, I've
it's
seen it,
kind of
but I didn't know
sorry, he's got a
that was
question.
fun.
It's multi-purpose. So if you want to go down there and rollerblade on it, like I see a lot of people doing, that's a big thing. People are down there going rollerblading.
Oh, I'll
now.
start that up again.
There's been a couple little kids, these parents are taking their kids down there with the little bikes and they've been learning how to do that in there.
Yeah, we don't have a problem. with any of
Basketball,
that.
whatever.
If somebody
It's-
was in there on a motorized
Yeah, I
little
thought you
dirt
said
bike
we
or
was gonna
something.
keep that up. the
Yeah.
Basketball court.
Heck
That
yeah,
was great.
The
I
doors,
think it's what,
4 foot.
4 foot.
Yeah, I think it's 4 foot wide.
Good,
I have
Jan.
no clue.
Is it
I'm
the actual
sorry.
door, or is it just a?
It's a gate.
It's a big
I
gate.
was thinking put a couple posts in between where bodies go walk through, but probably couldn't get
Nah, we don't, I don't think
It's not
that's
that big of an issue
necessary.
yet?
No.
Okay.
No, we'll put a sign out and we'll enforce it if anybody sees anybody on doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Is that something that we should ask our attorney about?
What?
On what we should put on this sign?
Well, you know what, it's just like any other, we have park,
I'd like to know.
we got a playground down
Yeah.
where somebody could get hurt on.
It's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Same thing.
somebody could fall off the bleachers, somebody
Yeah.
could, you know,
We
anything.
just
But
need to
don't
post a
have a
sign that says what you're allowed to
Liability-wise.
do, that's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, just put our own rules on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so go ahead, Janet, you have,
Okay, 2 minutes. I wanna see about getting a street light where Bowden and Rock is, It's like really dark there at night. And then we have like 3
So we
lights
have
that
one.
are out.
there's not one up there? You mean
No,
right by the
No,
old
that's
church?
Chrissy's house.
Yeah.
She has a light on her house.
Oh, okay.
But there is absolutely nothing there,
If there's a
so.
pole there, well, the
There
problem
is.
is, if you do that, now
Light
they're
up
gonna
her
be
house.
getting blasted in their house.
Well, there is a pole,
The
a
pole's
pole
right at
there,
the church.
so they could just put a light on there, couldn't they?
Yeah, but then it's gonna light their house up all night long inside,
Well,
probably.
I'm sure she'll be happy about that.
Steve,
Anyways,
might want to talk to everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you better talk to the neighbors first.
I will so talk to the neighbors. And we have 3 lights out, which I already went online and did. Street lights. And what else am I doing? Oh, and I'm not allowed to get my cameras.
What?
No, you said that.
Well, because it's gonna cost like $8,000,
Plan on it next year.
and then we have to
Put it
get
in the budget.
We
Wi-Fi,
really gotta start it raising some more money down.
and then we have to get
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, and that's gonna be $100 a month for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Some of these things require, they require that.
Yeah, so.
How much money
Right,
did
Jason talked about
you
that
bring in
last
last month for rentals?
I don't know. Well, I think we have 1,900 in fact.
$1,950.
Brought in from rentals?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
How much is the garbage?
Oh, Lord.
$655.
None of your business.
A month?
No,
Yeah,
that's,
It's 100 a
that's
month.
for the
Yeah.
whole season.
Okay, so that ain't bad then.
Yeah, that's till what,
End of
the
October.
the end of October.
So we're doing good.
And then it'll be gone. And then it'll come back again in April.
Perfect.
Okay, anything else? Nope, done.
Great job, Janet.
Fine job.
Thank you. I'm at
All right. I have nothing
As usual.
for new. Old. Mayor,
Well, we talked about that, Bill, the Mr. Balloonist and the
Yeah, we already
CABG,
discussed that.
everyone has their folder, so,
well, we can go to new business then, can't we?
right.
Streets, bridges,
We
lighting,
already
buildings,
did that.
grounds and equipment. Jake,
Okay, so first thing in order, hot patch, cold patch, gravel order.
Look,
I don't have anything up here right now for hot patch, cold patch, or
Everything I
gravel.
know.
We're pretty slim pickings at the moment. I don't
So I
know
have
how much
nothing.
we normally have on stock or how much we should have on stock,
That's another
but
thing.
we don't have any. So I'm up for suggestions. I know we need a lot. Cold patch, the cold patch doesn't go bad, right?
No,
Not really.
no, it's a hot patch goes back.
You don't want to keep a bunch of it out there at the winter time. If you need
What do
to.
we normally have in stock for cold patch out there?
We used to get a truckload at a time.
Yep.
So I'm requesting 1 truckload of that.
Do we need to do that, or is that something just because it's maintenance we just buy?
Yeah,
I can
'Cause
just
that's-
buy it?
That's what I told
I
Brad.
thought it was too expensive and I had
Cold
to.
patch.
no, that's a
Cold
required
patch is a normal
maintenance.
process of.
Okay, so I don't have to ask you anything about gravel either?
No.
Nope,
Hot patch?
Hot patch, yes.
What, you put, let me
Hot
put this
patch.
on
Hot
me,
patch,
Pat?
hot patch we will.
Yeah, hot patch, I'm sorry.
That's not something we
Okay,
stop.
so hot patch.
Hot patch is not something we can keep here, you have to get that and put
Yeah,
it
you
in.
have,
So the fall's coming around and whatever roads are not being paved, we're gonna have to start auging some roads out and fixing them with some hot
I
patch.
don't disagree with it, but we need to make sure we stock up.
You have to use
Oh, yeah.
every bit of it because.
I know, it's junk when it's, yeah, I know it.
And all the stuff that we saw cut.
Well, that's why we
sealed,
normally
taped,
go and get
Definitely, I
like
did them.
a half a truckload at a time.
And I use summer
Or
mix.
whatever.
I never used hot patch on that. And that's stuff,
That's why
and
I
that
have
stuff's
a great
holding up.
big dip at the top of my
Oh, we
driveway.
talk-
That's
We
different
use
with
some
you,
hot patch
but
on it.
yeah, everyone I did out
I'm
there.
talking about
they
the solid holes that just keep reopening.
Yeah.
There's only so many times I can fill these things up with cold
Well, you
patch
gotta
before I
grind
need
them.
it.
You
I
gotta mill
understand
'em.
that.
Yeah,
So
mill 'em
we're gonna grind them, mill them, and hot patch them. I'm done with the cold patch.
Don't forget to put the tack in.
Yeah,
I will use the cold patch, but we have to use the tack. We have everything out here.
If it's a small hole, we
I'm gonna
reduce
send
the
him
cold patch. If
to,
it's big, we use hot patch.
YouTube University this weekend.
YouTube.
Brian's gonna get certified. We're gonna be good.
The parking lot down there that got wiped out in the last storm,
Down where?
is he, at the ball field, is that
Yeah.
gonna, he got all that gravel piled up there, is he gonna dress that up a little bit?
Oh yeah, he already did. So as soon as he went down there was a big wide hole that went the whole way down to the ball fields.
He fixed that?
He fixed that before he even started hauling his gravel up over
That's
the hill.
great.
Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, we do have a resident that lives in West Mayfield, kind of above me.
Like close to heaven.
I don't know what, you know where Terry Eccles used to live?
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
Up on
past
the
Terry's
hillside.
house on the left, his driveway goes the whole way up there.
Yeah.
His entire road washed out. He lost his way of getting to his house. So all of that gravel that's currently
Down
being
there.
staged down there,
Yeah.
that's for him. He's just backfilling it. And he's been working on it every single night, so don't panic.
Okay.
Every day he's down there after work,
Yep.
He
taking
asked,
it up over the hill.
he asked the blacktoppers if they had any millings, they brought a whole bunch down.
Yeah, they give 'em-
We should ask them and see if we can get
Yeah.
some too.
Anytime I see him doing something, I usually try to stop and say, hey,
Well,
guy,
the stuff
take
from our road, if they're milling anything, are they milling for our roads or?
Oh,
are they
yes.
just, okay, so whatever they mill
We'll get
for
all
our
that.
roads, we'll get all that as well.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not 100% sure, but I think we will.
okay,
They usually do.
They usually
Yeah.
give it to us.
so.
And then up where Cliff Belkowski lives.
They've been storing it.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Doug Rader's place.
They've
Okay.
been storing
Yeah.
a lot of that down on their place now.
So that should be done by the end of the
That's what I'm
weekend,
saying.
so you
I'm sure
won't
we'll
see
get
his
it.
stuff anymore there. But he even said like, it's kind of tough. I hate mixing the gravel that we have down there with other stuff, cause now it just kind of looks weird and out of place or whatever. He'll do the best he can to fill the holes up, whatever he can, but we're gonna have to top coat that eventually. That's gonna be on parks.
Thanks.
Sorry, wanna
No
spend
problem.
all your
Top coat
money.
what?
It's
The
fine.
parking lots again.
Some
Some of them
gravel.
with gravel.
Yeah, they're bad. They're
It
really
scared
bad.
me when you said top coat.
No, dress them up. So there's that. All right, next we've got. Okay, so we do not have a pole saw here anymore. We used to have this little electric thing up here. And it
What the electric and we
burned up. It's junk. We had a.
Yeah,
we
that
used to have an
one burned
electric
out.
pole saw
Also, yeah.
for
Yeah, that's
cutting
what we have.
trees and
Yeah,
limbs
yeah,
and stuff
I
like
guess.
Yeah,
that.
when you can reach up like
We had
about
gas
8, 9 feet.
Instead of using the brush
The boom mower.
boom mower.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of times that thing really comes in handy.
Yeah.
We do have a power head here.
It's steel.
No, that's an Echo. We
Echo,
have an
that's
Echo
right.
power head here. It's a combo unit, so we can put an attachment on it. The attachment was, I think we looked it up,
Couple
$200.
$100. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was $200
think it was
to
just
get
over
that
200.
attachment.
Yeah, I think you told me 240.
It might be 240.
What's
Let's
the
say
length do you
250 or less.
Yeah.
It'll reach over 10 foot.
Okay.
Which is probably fine for what we do, especially if one of these guys are in the back of the truck or on. a
Yeah, because
ladder
they
or
were
whatever.
trimming all the trees at the park with that.
Yeah.
So
So-
this'll get it done a lot faster.
I need permission
Stop
to buy
laughing.
that.
It looks nice.
Yeah,
I
go
make a
ahead.
motion to buy it.
We need a motion for, to buy
$250
that?
or
I
less.
don't think we do we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
$100
anything
bucks.
over $100.
Okay. Lou, you made the motion?
I made a motion.
Jeff seconded?
I did.
I'm asking you if you seconded, Jeff, wake up.
I'll second.
Okay.
Now I'm out of here.
So we got.
All in
we got-
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, get it.
Done
Now,
good?
this hooks to the Echo?
Yes.
Does it hook to any other type of equipment? Yeah, what I don't want to see is this thing walk.
It has to stay with that.
No,
You know what I
it
mean?
only goes to the Echo.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't hook it up to a Steel, you can't hook it up to a
That's what I'm
Husqvarna.
saying.
Yep, no, it's Echo only. Yeah. So that'll be good, that's that. Anything else for new business? Do we need anything else? We're good.
All the mulch and trees and stuff looks good down there. Oh, we're not on parks yet, okay, got it.
Oh, that, yeah, I'm sorry, does that have to be added?
No, I put it in, didn't I?
Did you put it
Under
underneath?
Under new, hot patch, cold patch, purchase, pole saw, required motion to accept purchase. Discussion,
Yeah.
Are you looking at the,
I don't know if this is the new one or the
yeah,
old
it's the
one.
new one.
What do you want to talk about, Jake?
Lights. These
Yeah,
lights in
please.
here, they're driving everybody bonkers.
Yeah, I know.
So I have one set turned off so that these are not strobing, but we definitely have to get somebody in here. We can get bids on that.
Well, they're doing the same thing at the park.
Is it, do you know if it's
Strobe.
ballast or
They
just bulbs?
strobe.
I don't know anything about
That's
it.
just a light.
That's just the
Oh,
light.
what, just the light bulbs?
It's just bulbs, we can replace the bulb.
I've been told that the electric above here is kind of,
It's those floodlights.
Oh, I
Why
got
would you
you.
be like this in the building?
it's
Yeah,
not a new building.
it's like we're having a disco party down
Unless you got mice up there.
Yeah.
But if this is not flashing, it's either gonna be a
I
bad
wanna
bulb
at
or a
least get
ballast.
it looked at.
Usually it's bulbs.
Well, we can get bids on
If it's
So
just
if we
bulbs,
get
you buy
bids-
bulbs and replace it.
Yeah, they're easy to put in.
it.
That's
It's
what
not a
we're-
bulb problem.
Okay, now you gotta get new, you gotta go new. These bulbs, don't go buying a bunch of these old bulbs, they're gonna be phased out in no time. You might as well go straight to the LEDs and be done with it.
I'm fine with all that, Bob, except you gotta remember, our budget is shot.
I
We
know.
don't have a budget anymore, we just keep spending and
Where we
spending and
at?
spending.
August, put it in for next year.
Okay.
Just replace what has to be replaced for now and let's look at LED for next year.
Does anybody have,
I'm fine with it.
so what do I gotta do? Get bids first and then turn that in next month? And then wait another
Just,
month
yeah,
to
get
get
the
them done?
bids, that way you'll know what you need for the budget.
No, I'm talking about to get them fixed.
Right now, it's just replace bulbs right now, right?
And ballasts.
What?
You can buy the LED tubes to replace all these.
Yes.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be replacing them if we're not gonna,
Get new.
I'm not talking about replacing, we're talking about
Fixing.
fixing.
But what you can do, I think what Brian's talking about, is you tie the LED bulbs that fit in these things.
Oh,
You
okay.
cut off the power from the ballast, and you
Right,
just have
you do
LED
away with the
bulbs.
ballast, right. And that's,
an easy fix.
then you don't need
I
to
checked
do
on
it
it
next
before,
year,
it's
you
gonna be
just
like
do it
that.
now,
Under
you're done with it.
$500 for
As
do the whole
we need them.
Yeah, just buy some tubes and replace the ones that are bad, and just keep moving on.
Do I need permission to do that?
Yeah, probably for the amount of tubes you're gonna need, yeah. You probably want a permit for that, but I don't know what they cost right now.
I think they were around $10 a piece the last time I bought them, don't quote me on that though.
I'll get prices.
How
Worst
many
comes to worst, I
yeah.
wanna try and get it fixed before the next meeting,
How many's in
so
there, 4 in
can I shoot out a text message to everybody? Is that possible to do that? Or do I have to do this at a borough meeting? Because we keep going month after month after month and not
Well,
getting
just say
stuff
next
fixed.
meeting, just say discuss and vote.
It's frustrating.
But he
Yeah,
wants,
I wanna get it done
They
this
haven't done
month so
before.
that it's ready for next meeting.
If it's just bulbs, though, you could probably buy.
Just buy a couple of bulbs and replace the ones that need done, and like I said, we'll
Buy,
change them all next year.
just stay under the.
We can change them all next year.
My next meeting, I'll check them out.
No, I looked up for the lights in town park, to replace all of them on the pavilion will be like $100.
It's, you don't
Replace
replace the
what?
bulbs there. The bulbs
No,
are,
the
there's
bulbs.
something in the
Yeah, we got
spring.
some
Just
back
what?
here.
The lights,
Yeah, they're an LED floodlight.
floodlights.
That's what's down there.
It's like a disco party.
I put them up 10
There's
years ago.
something in
I was
the
with it.
electric
Yeah,
just goes on strobe.
Okay, so we'll handle that. That'll be fixed by
Got
next month. Back there, Dad.
I have a box of these in my garage that the Morgans left. I will never use them, and I
Oh, good.
couldn't sell them at a yard sale.
Do you want to meet up with her?
We will take those.
What's your address down there?
3524 West Third. I'm at the corner of Third and
Morgan's
James.
old
It's right there in Jameson.
I'll send them down at like 5:30 in the
You know where
morning.
the flooding yard is? Right across the street.
Around the time the garbage
Right
truck
across
comes.
the
Good, thanks.
She got these LEDs.
She
Okay,
just comes
what else?
early.
Box
No, they're
in
the
garage.
regular ones.
No, they're
Yeah, they're not
LEDs.
LEDs, but they would get you,
They're
if
these
they're
lights.
good, they would
Oh,
time
really?
some the rest of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
That's great.
Saving money. I'll send them down one of these days during the week. And if you're home, great. And if not, I'll just keep sending them.
So
Or if
who
I
you
see
send
you
me?
out, I'll stop.
Who you send me?
Brian, the road crew guy.
Okay, hi Brian.
Huh.
I'll see you soon.
Okay, what else you got, Jake?
That's it.
Okay.
Louis.
Lou, none.
Thank you, Sue.
Bill,
Sure.
sewers and
You have any?
sanitation.
Yeah, none.
Didn't you already?
All right, under source and sanitation, I just want to let you know that I sent in the CAPS report, corrective action plan, which is the ones we needed, so we can continue to get our sewer tap ins every year. So I have to send one in January, July, and December. So I did send the one in for July. So that's
Is this
all
to
I did.
you get a new tap in each time you turn?
No, you don't get a new tap in, just, you request a tap for the year. Every year you have to request new taps.
Okay.
It wipes it out, so, but in order to have it, we have to have these reports in, or they won't give you a tap
And you said January, July, and October,
in December.
December.
January, July, every 6 months,
Okay,
except for December, you have to do December and January.
yeah.
The only other thing I had is when the mayor and I were here talking to this gentleman about the truck capacity. I don't know if anybody saw the door over here, somebody dug up the metal on the door.
So that got hit by the chute that goes on the, what do you call it, the chipper.
Okay.
When they were backing in there, he grazed the corner of it.
More than grace.
How bad is it?
It's busted up pretty good.
Sliced it.
It's mangled up, it needs to be taken off before somebody gets cut off.
Get it taken off, I guess. Which side?
This first door over here, the very south side door.
Yes.
South side door,
Left
south
side
side.
of it or the right side
If
of
you're
it?
looking at it, it'd be the left.
Left
on that
side.
You mean the piece that was still hanging on there, or?
Yeah, there was a long piece dangling down, it was all
It's
buckled
gone.
up. You got it off?
It's all.
Okay. Well, it wasn't when I saw it, that's what I'm just saying. I made comments, I don't know, I think I told you about it. I was just asking, I didn't look right like.
Yep.
That's all I have.
Cool.
All right, Janet Parks.
Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let me go back to Bill. I put something on this. I don't know if this is an honorable mention. With the recent storms that we had, should we start looking into talking to the other boroughs, townships, whatever, that are putting all this water on us? Is there anything we can do about that? Nothing.
I mean, you and I went down this path about White Township, we got the attorneys involved and everything, and at that point in time, they said there was nothing we can do, and I asked these guys here for the DEP, I said, we didn't have all this stuff till they put 60/376 in,
Yep.
and then that's when we started getting hammered and flooded.
I walked that. So after that storm, I walked that whole way back through there.
You did.
I'm telling you, I went from West Mayfield all the way to 376. They've got a pond down there. It's not much of a pond. It is completely filled up with dirt. And all of the water just blows straight to us. All of it. So, I don't know. Maybe I could reach out to them and say, hey, listen, this is going to need addressed.
Or reach out to DEP.
Yeah.
And say, hey, we believe that their retention pond is no longer in use.
Yep.
And flood out. And just as a follow-up to MS4, that storm did wreak havoc down there in the park, and everybody knows, I'm sure, that people saw videos. Parts of the stuff that we put in, a couple of socks disappeared. Brian retrieved one that we saw up on the bank. So we're gonna put that one back in. And just for everybody's awareness, the maintenance of that down there now falls on the borough. I checked with the not with DEP, with Whitmer Engineering around these socks. He said they should last a couple of years and maybe a year. He said, but if they go away, ain't no big deal, as long as we're not having erosion into the bank.
You're talking about where they did the
Yeah, when
MS4?
they did the MS4 project. But just so we're probably gonna end up doing some maintenance down in there. And once he said, once the grass on the bank grows, we said, probably not gonna really do a whole lot.
Good.
Just, you gotta watch when there's a storm, see if it can be fixed.
Another honorable mention, because we're talking about that. I'm sorry, this is important. Bill and I also walked down there together. There is a tree that's overhanging field 2 that's gonna need addressed ASAP.
Now there's 1 and 2.
It's backed up area there.
At the
We
back,
still have
right
1 and
behind
3.
Yeah.
What do we need, a pole pruner for that?
Oh, no, we need a whole tree removed. It's
Yeah,
going
tree
to
removed.
operate.
It's nothing but, well, that's where the water, the 2 creeks merge,
Yeah.
coming from White Township, and the tree's nothing but roots hanging out there, it's gonna fall.
I'll get you some phone numbers.
Should we get some
We need to get
bids?
Please do. Yeah.
All right, get some bids.
Bids. Bids on tree.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Let's go to Janet. I know you have something left on here.
Yeah, I did it all last time, so it's
I know.
all wrong.
You have something left.
Now, it says possible discussion of request for selling at the car cruise. I asked someone to come here from the fire department. Did anyone come?
Well, Lou's here.
This is another, Brian got one.
Oh. Lou, do you know about this?
What's that?
Selling at the car cruise for the fire department.
Oh, you guys,
Setting up a table, selling whatever you sell,
We
your
did a Chinese
tickets, or
auction.
whatever.
Then we made food and
no,
everything.
where somebody was supposed to show up tonight to,
Yeah, Billy.
to talk
or
about-
Who's supposed to show?
I think it was Mike
Mike.
Kaler.
apparently they didn't.
He
Oh,
Facebooked Alicia.
All right,
No,
well,
Okay, so zip on that.
I think, yeah, he got hold of you, didn't he? I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah, you got a text.
No, I know, but I knew nothing about it. I haven't been at the fire hall. I've been on leave of absence.
Well, the car cruise won't be until September,
all right, so anyways,
so.
you know, we're having that thing Saturday night at the
Night at the, yeah.
movie night down at the park.
Movie night in the park.
Everybody's invited. You guys, if you wanna send somebody down with a fire truck, there'll be a lot of kids there. If you wanna,
You
you
have
know,
like crayons or coloring books or
show up and
This is Saturday night.
be a part of it.
little red fireman hats or something.
All right, just an invitation.
Fire stuff for the kids.
And one more thing for the park, on the shelter, what's the last shelter?
3.
3. Under the one tree to the right of the shelter, if you're looking from the street, Brian fixed the bench. There was a little mishap with a bench that was, Booth's bench.
Yeah, Mabel.
Yeah, so he fixed that. Meanwhile, I was gonna buy another bench. I did buy another bench, thinking he wasn't gonna be able to fix it. So Jeremy brought the bench. I found a bench in Florida. Jeremy brought it back with him from vacation, along with a
Torn Achilles.
torn Achilles. But he brought that back, and being we don't need that for that, I want to donate that bench. We're gonna bury a time capsule this Saturday. So if anybody wants to see a time capsule being buried, that's gonna be Saturday at the park.
What time?
What time we doing that, Alicia?
We're gonna do it around 5.
Okay, so once the time capsule's buried, I'm gonna put a bench there in honor of Mr. Farkas, Paul Farkas. Instead of waiting and putting it in a remembrance or something, I want to do it in honor of him for everything he's done.
That's awesome.
So the bench will go on top of a slab, on top of the time capsule.
Right.
So
That's
for the
awesome.
future, people will know where it's at. We can, we're gonna we'll have a plaque on the bench, maybe a separate plaque on the cement saying, somehow there's gonna be a plaque, something showing that there's a time capsule under there. That way, if there's any digging going on or anything, or if they ever decide to move the bench, they'll know that that time capsule's there. So,
Try to keep it all the way above them.
well, we're gonna put it under the tree.
In that mulch area.
in that mulch area.
Oh, and well,
Yeah.
You might
And
need
pay
to
attention when you're
move the
cutting
mulch out
grass.
a little further. They're gonna put it right at the edge of the shelter, looking into the shelter. Okay, by the big tree. All right, so that's that.
How deep you going?
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
14 feet.
Well, we don't know, but who cares?
Just, it really just needs to be a couple
How
feet
deep is
underground.
no one, we don't care.
No,
It's a little longer than
I
that.
want to know.
not going to.
I asked.
What about
I
the
don't
lights?
know.
We're gonna
Why
take
did
it,
you put it
Yeah,
up?
we got
For
time.
the helicopter.
we're gonna take it
What?
7 foot so that the
We're
animals
going
are.
down 2 inches.
Whatever they are.
So I wanted to
No, we
know.
didn't
Okay.
last night, so hit over.
No, I didn't. I reckon we can all get in trouble on it.
All right, all right, Janet, you're done?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
What else is on your name?
No, I did all that already, Lacey. I already talked about lights on Bowden and.
She got out of order and did our new business under old
Yeah.
business.
Yeah,
Yes, you did all that.
she's disorderly.
Okay.
I am disorderly, and,
Who's next?
Me. You have something else? Go ahead. I'm waiting.
the reflectors that are supposed to be put in the field for the helicopter.
For LZ.
Yeah,
Well,
They're not-
okay, so you have them at the fire department.
yeah,
They're not mounted in the field. They get put out whenever there's an LZ.
yeah,
So whenever they come,
yeah, we have
you
to put them
run
out.
down there.
Yeah,
Did you do that last time?
I wasn't on that call.
And if it's a daytime.
Well, nobody did.
If it's daytime, you don't need lights.
No.
Everybody complained how dark it was.
Well, I don't know. Who wasn't on that call? They're White Township and Heights brought it in.
Yeah. I
Does
know- I know-
everybody carry those little portable lights?
No.
Every fire
Yeah, well,
department.
we have them on a
No.
truck.
Is that something that we could leave down there, put in like a box or something?
No.
And somebody will steal
No,
it.
because it's gotta be in the field.
Something.
Well, but you could have
Be in
a
a
key to
baseball
unlock and
field,
use
right?
it, but somebody will break in and steal.
Okay, now I'm done.
All right, you're sure.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. Committee, or committees. I don't think we need an ordinance committee anymore because we pretty much handle that. Between, Tina does all the zoning, I do all the,
I think you need an ordinance committee because you need to have somebody that's on council. Because you're doing it, but what happens if when you get off, somebody else does it? They're not
okay, well,
gonna
that's
do it.
why we're having a discussion.
I think you need to have the committee,
I
but I think
agree.
there's other committees that could be
Yeah, I do
consolidated.
So that could be consolidated
I'm
with
cool
another.
with that.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't we just consolidate that? We'll put that,
Why don't you just put that on one of mine and Jake's committees? I mean, you know.
well, let me think, I'll think
Why
about
don't you
it.
put them on finance and litigation?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, who
There's only-
all's in,
It doesn't
Each
matter
have
who's,
yeah, that's
you
true.
can't pick it by the person that's there, because that person might not be there.
Who's with you on that committee?
On ordinance?
Yeah.
I think I am, and I'm thinking
Yeah,
I
Bill
think I
is.
am.
And you.
Yeah.
So we have all these on everybody. Well, let me think about that. We'll deal with that next meeting.
Because the litigation part is the only thing I was thinking of, you know, for ordinances and stuff like that. That was the only thing I thought of.
All right,
The other ones you could merge, because we talked about it before, was building and grounds with streets, because it is basically streets.
Yeah, right together. Yeah, I can see that.
okay, well,
Well, if you're looking to merge, I'm just saying those are possibilities to merge.
all right, well, let me think about that.
If anybody wants streets, let me know.
Yeah, anybody want, yeah, they can take.
I don't want a whole lot of people on the streets because now Brian's could have 6 people that
You
he'd
don't
have to
have
deal
to
with.
have everybody on the committee. You can just merge the committees and still keep it at that size.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me think about that, then we'll bring that up at the next meeting. We need to talk about and vote on adopting the International Property Maintenance Code, Tina.
Well, well, the thing is that a lot of boroughs and townships in New Brighton, East Rochester, Patterson, I think even Beaver Falls has it also, you know, there's a lot. You know, it's a code that, it's more up to date, it's more, from what I understand, talking with New Brighton, it's more restrictive, it's down to the wire, it tells you exactly what you cannot do, and here's what happens. Not to say that your borough ordinances don't still hold water, you know, or weight, I mean, but these other things actually are more current, you know, rather than us having to rewrite everything. The only problem is, you can't get a copy of it unless you buy the copy of it, you know, so.
And what's the copy cost?
I honestly, I'm not sure, you know.
Now, this is gonna keep,
Because I'd like to see what they're talking about, because I
can't see it unless you buy
it.
Yeah, so it's like a
That's what I'm saying, how
double-edged
much?
sword here, it's like, yeah, you
So-
know, and I did forget to ask about how, she just said it's very expensive, and we did talk with, the solicitor, and he's like, it is very expensive, you know, but it's something to,
But so is
what's more
changing every one of
expensive?
our
but it's more
ordinances.
expensive to
adopting
change
this
all
or
of this.
changing all of our old ordinances or codes or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, some
It's
of them.
because,
are
and
So-
face it, it takes a while. We throw something together, give it to our solicitor, and it might be 3 or 4 months before it's changed.
So you're saying we're gonna eliminate all of our current ordinances?
No.
It doesn't eliminate, it just
They
gets
go
you
together.
updated, you know? Isn't that the best way to put that? It gets you more updated and current as to how a building
I
is
think I'd
supposed to
be
be,
confused as
or
to
the
which one
grounds
I
are
go
supposed
by.
to be, you know?
So in 1894, you were allowed to have a cow. But in 2024, you're only allowed to have chickens.
Okay.
Easy.
But it's gonna be cheaper than having to keep, I don't know, cheaper.
Like he just said, you get in line with the best
Well,
practices
that's my
that are
problem, if you have two
available,
sets of
rather than-
ordinances, you can't pick and choose, well, today we're gonna follow this one, next time we're gonna follow that.
Do now.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I have a
some-
problem with saying, how do I enforce one and not the other?
I don't think it's meant that way.
Yeah.
I think,
That's what I'm trying to understand.
right, I think
I'm thinking they would be
the
similar,
updated,
very similar.
From what she
The
was telling me
updated
was,
ones
it is
are all
simpler, but it's
updated,
more
but the
cut
obsolete
and dry,
ones are the
not
ones that you'll
where
never
it's like
use.
vague, like
Like-
some of our stuff is vague, you know?
It is, and some of the wording is,
Yeah,
you gotta look it up in the
it's like,
dictionary.
It's gonna
I
take us,
think we need to find out what it would cost to get a copy.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna do that next month.
okay,
And if that has a cost, to find out what it is,
yeah.
then we can look at it and then,
it's gonna take the solicitor years to get all of our codes up to date, where this,
I
you
agree
buy
with
it,
that.
it's done.
I agree with that. It will take a long
it will
time.
take a long
Nora?
time.
So does that mean
But
that the
you
new
could also,
one, anything that's on the new one would supersede the old one? but
That's what I'm trying to
the
figure out.
other old
that's
one
what I
still be in
believe
effect?
so.
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Anything that might
Yes.
be of a gray area, like, well, like grass and weeds, that's still on, that's in the property maintenance, which is the same as ours. No grass and weeds ordinance, they coincide together, but it's more specific as to like your building, or like she was saying, you know, it might even include about towing rights, you know, I mean,
Yeah, we're really not
Vehicles
allowed
that
to
are
tow
not-
any cars.
we can't do that. We can
We can
cite
fine,
Yeah.
you know, we could take you to the
Yeah, 'cause
magistrate for
you're really
parking in
not
the
allowed on
yard,
anybody's
you
property.
know? But,
Yeah, I don't like that.
there's just so many things, you wanna get stuff done and you can't because our code,
I get nothing but complaints about, this borough looks like trash, you
Yeah.
know? We look like, you know, you never used to look this way and back in the day, and I think people are trying to do a little bit better on getting their grass cut to the streets for the most part, you know, and
a lot of cars have been moved.
That's a horrible attitude.
No, it's not that, it's bad.
That's
Not to me,
Huh?
not to me,
Why aren't you bringing it up at council?
not to me, nothing's been
Oh.
coming on my side.
Well, don't yell at me.
Well,
Jake has feelings too,
you
Jeff.
know what? Alright, we moving on here.
Property, yeah.
Because that-
Okay, so we'll get a price for that
okay.
and vote on that at the next meeting. Jimmy Brooks, he wants to add on to his garage,
Where in God's name? is he
in the
at?
side yard. He has enough room, he's got over 10 feet to the neighbor's property, and he's got, over 15, I think it's 18 feet to the alley or something like that. He is commercial,
Yeah.
so I don't see a problem with it. I wanted to bring it up and, see if anybody else had a problem with it.
Not as long
I
as.
don't think we can
What's he
stop
gonna do,
him.
what's he gonna do in this?
Yeah, is he gonna be painting?
He's getting a better, mostly storage, but he's gonna have more room to put a better system in.
Good.
And he's been doing really good with that. He's got a nice system in right now.
For painting.
Yes, and he's got,
You're avoiding that word painting.
yeah, well,
That's what he does.
I don't see no
He avoids the
problem with
word.
Because there's been issues with the neighborhood over there.
Oh, yes.
not recently.
Oh,
He's been spraying he has that system with all the filters. Now he's hanging towels outside the filters with Tide or some type of detergent in it. So now you're smelling outside is like detergent and stuff.
it's still draining down the alley, and trust me, they still complain.
What's draining?
They just don't complain to you.
What's draining? You're not allowed anything drain.
Well, there's white stuff draining down the alley. Ask Gordon's.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
I didn't think you would.
Why not?
Because she's the one
If they lived there, they would
she's the
know.
one that's been fighting with him for
Wow.
years. But he said that she hasn't been bothering him at all lately. So, but anyways, I wanted to bring it up before I give him a permit.
Yeah, I'm sitting there throwing all
Is
that.
there anything that says he can't do it?
No, because he's commercial.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to be
No,
aware.
he can do it, but the only thing we can do is restrict some activities if it becomes a nuisance to the community.
Right.
It's more for storage. I think he wants to sell his house out in Chippewa or Big Beaver
Big beer.
and bring his cars that he has out there in for storage.
So as long as
So,
he's followed within the lines of the boundary rules.
yeah, he's going under 1,000 square feet, so he won't need any inspections or anything.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Okay, just wanted to bring it up.
He's been good to the borough too.
All right, I think that's all I got. Mayor.
Okay. All right, we went over the ice cream truck, we went over Celebration Day, and the movie night. So, we're gonna jump into, did everyone get their packets of everything I gave you?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I didn't get one of these.
You can look at Jason's, I don't know if you want one of those.
Probably
If
not.
I have Jason,
Look at
he'll
it.
share mine.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna start off with the MS4, since that's still fresh in everybody's mind.
Here, you want me to hang it up?
Well, you can, and then where's the smaller ones?
Yeah.
I only got 4 of these made,
Oh, well then just.
but, just to explain to everyone.
Anybody want one of these?
Sure, Lou. Sure.
First,
Yeah.
this is MS4. Do we have a floodplain administrator?
You.
Oh, that's what I am.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, Paul always was.
okay.
Yeah, the mayor is always giving.
I did not know that.
I told you.
This came in an email to you today.
To me?
Well, you forwarded it to me.
Okay.
Floodplain administrators.
Yeah, that's why I forwarded
I
it.
cannot do this by myself. I need records from the previous floodplain administrator and the code enforcer. I have numbers. I started this on my own, but it's mandatory now, and it's FEMA, federal government.
Yeah.
Management agency.
Yeah.
It's mandatory. I gotta get it done and get it in. So I need to meet with you two.
Who to?
Jake, you may have to be involved in this now that you're MS4, but I can tell you this. Is
When did you
this,
become MS?
this is West Mayfield. This is our floodplain. This is it.
Right here.
Okay.
It's.
Okay, am I in Beaver Falls?
Right
It's
here.
right there. Do you see him?
Yeah.
That's it. That's our bad area, which
Yeah.
is the ball fields.
Yeah.
That's in the park.
Yeah.
Okay. That little place there. This little borough was the only one in this whole 4-day that did MS4. We had Pittsburgh, Cleveland, engineers there. Wellsville, Ohio was there, which the guy was nice enough to do these maps. He was a city planner. 6 people from Pittsburgh were there. Rochester, New Brighton. Let me see how it went, because we did it. Our water goes south, so New Brighton, Rochester, Aliquippa, Hopewell, and then it heads to Pittsburgh. White Township will have to do it. They say they don't, but everyone has to do it.
Eventually.
They're gonna have to do it.
Eventually it's gonna come back.
And eventually it's gonna come back on us. Now, that rain, I took that video you did, and everyone saw it.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say bad words in it.
Why
did
did
I?
you?
No, but you didn't
No,
have
you
your.
didn't. Why did you show that to everyone?
Legs weren't protected. That was brought up.
Oh.
How could you go in there with no, they didn't think you had shoes
We
on.
had
I
his
said, oh,
boots
yeah.
on, yeah.
I said, whatever they were, I said, oh, yeah, his legs are like 72 inches are in there. Anyway, what we lost of MS4, I have 2 names for you and you to call PEMA headquarters.
You and you, who's you and you?
Who's you and you?
Jake and you. Oh,
He's not on MS4.
oh, you're on
I'm
MS4.
MS4 for the time being.
Well, okay, you need to call PEMA headquarters. There's money.
Okay.
Oh, I like money.
As long as you give me numbers, I'll go after it.
There's money, and since we're done, they will help.
Oh, good.
So I don't know what Whitmere told you. This doesn't have to
Give me the
affect
number,
our
I'll call and
budget,
find out what we can get.
but don't call Whitmere.
No,
You call these 2 guys.
yes,
Okay, good. I mean,
just give me the names and the numbers
Okay.
and I'll contact.
okay. This booklet that I have a bunch here, and anybody can take them. I realize anybody here could read up on MS4, so if anyone wants to take it, please.
For anybody that doesn't know what MS4
Right, it will
is,
explain what we had to do and why we had to do it and why we had to break into our budget to pay for this. Everyone has to do it. And Pennsylvania is divided into between 2,400 and 2,500 municipalities. So we are just like every
We're
one
the
of
only
these.
one that did it so far.
No,
Well,
we're not.
At this group, where I was, Western PA, where they were. And, you know, I mean, that's pretty good. That's really good. Because no one wants to spend the money.
Yeah, it cost us over $80,000.
I mean, no one wants to spend the
Pat,
money.
that was just for the actual project,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Not to mention
Not to mention the
Whitmer.
Whitmer
Yeah, not
cost.
to mention
So-
Whitmer, yeah,
Which,
exactly.
which just brought me up to like other different things that we talked about. Anyway, I'll get into that. Okay, so I went through all the MS4, and you brought up the lights on the ball field, but these are things that don't need buried. So these are things that just get on the fire truck, right?
What are you talking about?
These lights.
Oh, we already talked about that.
Yeah, they aren't a thing that you
They
bury.
have them on the fire truck. They put them out when they do an LZ call at night.
That's it, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay,
There's multiple ways to light up an area. You don't always have to use those red lights. You can use floodlights from trucks shining on the spot as well.
okay,
It's not that, that's the sole purpose.
okay, what else did I give them? These, I need to know where records are for floodplain,
I have none.
okay? This is the most recent, which I think was 2015.
Kevin, you might ask Paul. 'cause he was on the floodplain
2015.
before.
Well, this was the most recent, so we don't have anything newer than this. But there should be an older one.
There is one online that I
There's,
see.
Alicia, there's some maps over here. They're standing up on that coat rack. They're rolled up. You might want to check them and see if there might be one in there. I can't
Okay.
guarantee it, but there might be some.
Okay, was there any litigation or something that there was a problem with water before I came, I mean, I'm only new to this for this new, was there any
There's no
litigation?
litigations to my knowledge,
No, none.
but there was
Water.
flood issues.
Yeah.
Okay, flood issues, was there someone have to go to court?
No.
Did someone
No.
lose their house?
No.
Did someone have a bad storm? Did they lose part of something? Did it blow into another house? Did
No.
anything like that happen?
No.
No.
Okay,
The biggest thing that happened is it filled up part of the road under the tunnel. We lost
which tunnel are we talking?
The one going to
one going
English
under,
Road.
Cambridge Road.
down at the park, one under, out to
Ingrid
Ingrid
Road.
Road.
Okay.
We lost probably 4 foot wide by about 10 foot strip. It
Okay.
peeled it up and took it away and fixed the house. Right at the bottom of West Third, they had flood water in their basement.
Yeah,
That was it.
No one was killed?
no.
This?
No.
There's been nothing like that.
Nothing like
Okay. All right. Okay, the fourth day I didn't go to because that was all about audits, litigation, and the court dealings. I didn't know of any,
That were not
and there
to
was
my
never any
knowledge.
audits. I mean, I'm just going by
Yeah,
what I could find out from any of you here. Okay. And,
I know we did have a floodplain map here years ago. I don't know where it went.
There's nothing over here.
You check that?
This is Widmer's, sewers and manhole covers.
okay, there was also a code, fires. Was there anything, any lawsuits from fire damage that would have affected anything with the borough?
Associated with the borough? No.
No.
Right, okay. All right,
Those look like they're both the same.
They're all the same. I'll take one of these home.
Is that a sewer map? I have one of my house.
You get too many PA1 calls.
all right. Okay, and then the last thing I need to ask is,
and I might have something that was given to me a zillion of years ago, something about floodplain. I'll check it. It's in my,
Yeah, I haven't seen any for floodplain
in my,
for 8, 10 years.
okay, there is a floodplain code, and then all these building codes that have to go, you start from the base and then you go up, you go up, you go up, you go up, all the way up to coastal. I know we're not coastal, we're none of that. But, I mean, do we have a building inspector for West Mayfield?
Yeah, that's code sys.
that's
Code
code
sys.
systems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something I need to know for this.
We don't do inspections. They don't do inspections unless they're,
Okay, I had to have a building inspector when I had my front porch I added on was brick. I had to have
you went
Building
through
permit.
code sys.
I don't know who I went with. I never met the guy.
How long ago was this?
Maybe 10,
Yeah.
15 years
So
ago.
that was at Sunny Harvey,
Put the
maybe?
deck on.
It wasn't that.
Still has
It was
code
a brick
sys.
She had to have a
porch.
building inspector.
State,
The
from
Yeah,
the
code
state.
sys forever. I think one year we
I
got.
don't know who came on.
Came down for a simple deck and you did a whole backyard house and nobody inspected.
Yeah,
Donna
it's
Pelham.
required because there could
That's
be.
fine for me,
possible-
required for me.
But they don't do that. They were
Because
not doing
I need
inspections.
My point,
They were just
it's
doing-
not required for everybody.
Yeah.
apparently.
Now, see,
They
would Brooks
have
need a code inspector for what
If you
he's
get
doing?
a deck built by
No,
a
it's
contractor.
under 1,000
If you
square
buy a
feet.
house and you redo it,
Oh,
you
it
change
goes
the
by-
whole thing, you don't need an inspector for that, right?
Okay,
That'll change.
all right, well, right now, there's like some things that I do need to know.
I'll look
Okay.
through some of my old stuff, see if I find it.
See if you do. The main thing, and to all of you on council, I got you all a pen,
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
and the card, they give you these, I'll give you Jason's, because I gave him his. Look how nice they are, they're in Braille too. How nice
Oh, I
those are.
see that.
Pretty soon I'll leave it.
And they sponsored the lunches, MS4 bought lunch.
That was nice.
You should have sent someone.
At least they could have done all the money we put out.
Yeah,
I know.
I should have got the lunch.
Like you should have come.
I wasn't here.
Is that all you got, Mayor?
That, yeah, this is what the main reason they had this, they had three speakers from FEMA and one from PEMA. The main thing that they want to get across is they feel that they're just not getting, the federal government isn't doing their job. So this is why they had this
Well, that shocks me.
four-day thing to educate everyone, and which is why I brought all this information to everyone. I mean, this stuff we need to keep. So I guess I'm gonna have to start keeping information on floodplain.
Yeah.
Information for how we do our
Yeah, that's why every
records.
time I get stuff sent to me for floodplain, I forward it to you.
Okay. Well, how did Paul get it? And how did you get it?
I started out, they sent me a map because of the emergency management. And
Okay,
then
that's
handed-
right, because we did emergency management. See, you should have been there.
When was this done?
When was what done?
When was this meeting?
All week, right?
Yes, but
That
what
was this
day?
week.
Oh, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Last week, this past week.
No, today,
This week.
yesterday.
I've been on vacation till today, I just got home today at noon.
Oh, I thought you.
That's why I couldn't go, that's what I told you.
Oh, I thought you came home Monday.
No,
You just came home today.
today at noon.
Okay, well, anyway, okay, so, that was it.
All right, you done?
Yeah, I guess I am, yeah, okay.
Did you
You
want
have
to take
anything
this
else?
for Jason?
Well, does anyone have question and answer period? You have any questions?
She wants questions. She went through a lot this week.
Yes, God almighty.
So, Mayor, have you
How was
seen
your
the
lunch?
old flood maps?
What'd you have for lunch?
No, these are the new, this is the newest one, and don't expect anything because the people that do these. are
Thank
ready
you for
this?
going and sitting through all that.
Yeah, really.
People that do this are up in the state of Seattle, Washington. The state of Washington. And they have nothing to do up there. So
No, sir.
this is what we get. They have nothing to do up there. Serial killers are up there.
No, okay, I have a question, Mayor.
Oh.
What'd you have for lunch?
How was one?
I had chicken salad was Wednesday. Monday was pizza. And Tuesday, I didn't want to eat it, so I brought it up to Rich.
Anybody else?
No, that's it. That was it.
Never been
Chief, do you have anything? Brian, did you have anything?
Kathy.
Hold on.
Hold on, Brian.
Okay.
Quiet.
If anybody has, or Bill, if you can get a phone number for ordering salt.
Oh, that was in my thing too, but
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't in my thing. So, salt. Who do we contact? Because me and Brian, I
Barton,
called.
wasn't it?
It was on board back
Co-stars.
there.
CoStar, that's it.
Co-stars.
That's all written down.
I'll talk to Eli and see if I can get
It's
some
on the
number.
board back there.
Are we gonna try, what's his name? Heritage out in Wampum for our anti-skid. He says it's better than what we're buying.
I wonder why he would say that.
And he says he would give us a load. He would give us a load to try it out.
That's a nice deal, Bill.
And it's cheap. It's super cheap. Like it was only a couple bucks a ton.
Yeah, I don't know what we.
And he said a lot of municipalities are starting to use theirs
I thought we
now.
got our cars from Ole Astro or something.
Yeah, we
Yeah, but he's
get,
gonna be a lot cheaper than
yeah, we get
Astro.
ours
That's
from,
something we can buy on our own.
I think Ole Astro is actually delivering it for them too.
As far as salt goes, how much should I order?
what is it?
Well, we have 4 loads.
When you go through CoStars, you have to buy so much salt,
Yes.
What is it, 60%?
and then you're allowed to go over so much, but you can buy so much, but you're only
I
obligated.
want to order it now.
You're only
Yeah,
obligated.
you have
Yeah.
to.
Probably should have been ordered already by.
Yeah, it should have been
You have
ordered
to have
already.
it early, the first order.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
It was on the board for a long time.
yeah, it
Yeah, how
was.
much room you have?
I'll see if I can talk to Eli and get some.
how much
information.
room do we
How much
have? How
room
many
you got?
truckloads can we get here now?
Oh, we'll get like 3 in there now.
What's in there?
I think at least 2 loads.
It's all that mixed.
There's
I'm
probably
gonna
2
take
loads in there
3.
mixed.
There's still plain salt though.
There's probably a load in there that's plain salt.
Okay, so we need to get.
You gotta have room to mix
some
them.
mix and.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to talk to Heritage
And co-stars.
and CoStar. Can we use our liquid fuels for Heritage?
Yeah, we, I
If you're
would,
buying it for this, I didn't think yes.
yeah, I would
Okay.
think, yeah, absolutely, because we get anti-skid and salt.
I'll get
from
prices
liquid-
on both of those.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And just order whatever's cheaper. Right?
Yeah, well, CoStars has always been giving us the best deal as far as.
They have in the
salt.
past, yes.
They have in the past.
Because they were trying to go through the cog.
Yeah, we tried to go through COG and it was ridiculously high.
We didn't go through near the salt that we normally did.
No, we haven't.
We haven't
We haven't had
been-
the stuff that we don't
Yeah,
have.
it's been nice.
But I still wanna be ahead of the game on
Oh, we
this,
need
so.
to be, yeah, yeah, he'll try to get.
If we got 3 truckloads out there now, you already got 2 mixed and 1 unmixed, so you got 3 truckloads of salt out there. That'll hold you for a little while. But we should, I believe we should have been ordered 3 coats.
Yeah, we're good to start with.
It's jealousy is what it is.
Is that all you got?
Dumps
Is that all you
Yeah.
Tina, what did we have?
I know we got a reserve or whatever.
What?
Occupants, we had,
We had a 1 occupancy, 1 contingency occupancy permit, 1 excavation that was approved. 4 yard maintenance issues that have been ongoing have closed, 3 are still open with some people. 2 issues with some vehicles in people's properties. 2 more, well, one just got closed. And 1 other place has an issue with trash and rubbish, and still.
and the Bagster's gone from
That's one that's
43rd Street.
Yeah.
Is that 43rd?
It's West Side.
It is, it
What's
disappeared
gone?
today, the Bagster.
Yeah, so that's closed.
Wow.
And still working with the guy who owns the foundry.
The foundry, he came in and did a little bit of cleaning and
He's like,
left.
keep bothering me. Oh, he's gonna get bothered, all right. So,
Who still owns that?
What is
That's
up with the house
That
across from
junkyard.
me?
Junkyard, yeah.
junkyard out
People
there.
move it.
She lives in
she lives in
California.
California. It's like a
She bought that
mental
house.
cutter
She's
and-
transferring.
She
No,
bought
she-
that house just so she has a place to come, to stay when she comes to visit her daughter.
Mhm.
Jeffrey Lee.
That's all it is.
Why didn't you just rent it and then?
Who did that?
I'm across from
Me.
her house,
Oh,
on that corner house.
Okay.
Canes used to.
Wait, I forgot something.
All right, any other business?
Yeah, one more thing. I forgot on my thing. I wanted to know if it's okay. I'm just bringing this up to get in,
Okay, ladies, what?
get your input. Check with Blackhawk seniors for their senior project. If we wanna see if any of the history classes or current events, whatever they call it, 1 or 2 kids that are interested in seeing how government runs, come to a meeting and see how we run our government in West Mayfield. And then,
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Let him go to Chippewa.
Let them go to Beaver Falls.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
I thought
idea.
I'd get your input.
I mean, we're worried about Jenna, so no.
Good
Let's
idea.
take a roll call. Let's take a roll call.
Nay.
No,
Nope,
You wouldn't want your girls to come for current events.
negative.
Billy.
Jake, one other thing for
You
you
wouldn't want
and
McKenna to
everybody
come.
else, that,
She'd tell
I
me
got
it was a
told about
waste
the
of
road.
time.
We're done back here? I'll wait.
hold up, come on, let's finish this meeting. Did somebody have something back here? Okay.
I think it was brought up a month or 2 back ago about the edge of the road down on 37th Street, but from West Fourth up to the house.
Yes.
Yes.
I have contacted twice now, PennDOT.
Yeah.
I just got back and contacted them and sent them another email today, because they were supposed to have a guy call me about that.
Oh, that is so good.
That is there, because Shannon asked me about it when I was on vacation.
Well, I didn't know.
Yes, you did.
I
Okay.
knew you were.
So anyhow,
Um,
we're waiting for their response.
Look, can we pay the bills?
Why not?
All right, let's pay the bills.
I'll pay them.
All right. We don't have to,
You have to vote on those?
no, we don't have to vote on that
No.
stuff anymore.
That,
Ratification of purchases made by committees.
Uh-huh.
Any other business?
Motion to adjourn.
Bill made a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right, everybody seconded it, Pat.
I'll fourth it.
We're adjourned.
What?